Chris, get in the Roll20.
Oh, I'm about to dip out because I'm in Safari. I'm gonna switch to
Cringe.
Chrome.
Oh, I thought you were just gonna dip.
Yeah,
I was like, oh,
bye.
damn, okay.
Have a good session.
Cody just decided that they did not want to deal with this shit tonight. Bye.
Imagine.
Call me when interesting things happen.
Oh my god.
Heads up,
What
there
the-
might be a time where Piper or I have to disappear for like 10 minutes. So just as a heads
It's
up.
fine.
Z, disclaimer.
Mm.
I don't have the shit for the book yet. The Asmodeus book yet.
Amy,
I have
you
been
had
very
one.
busy. That is true, but I have been very busy. It has been one thing after another. I don't have the cult shit. However, I do have the paper trail.
Can we just
Sort
sell the
of.
book for oodles of money?
nope, not until Pharaoh reads it.
I mean, who's gonna buy it from you and not report you?
And she doesn't want to, she wants to read it to make sure it's something that could be sold, and not something she just needs to burn on the spot.
Okay. Like, do you want me to actually write shit? Or do you want me to just give you a synopsis of it?
This is a synopsis. I don't expect you to write a fucking book.
Okay. Just want to double check.
No,
'Cause,
you have
it,
2
in
weeks
my
to
head.
write 500 pages, Amy. Get on it.
Well, not a
Or
I figured
else.
maybe a page would be doable.
No, it's what's in it, whatever details you think might be important, and
Okay.
We
Cool.
still need to know what reward we got for that heist.
You didn't. Okay. Here's the thing with that heist: is you got information on them. You have to figure out someone to sell it to.
We were promised money. We were promised a monetary reward.
Yeah, if you sold it to someone.
Amy.
I'm gonna be upfront with you. I was upfront about this. That
She
it
was.
is you sell it to someone and you get find someone to sell the information to once you find out the information, which I will give you.
give us the information.
Give us the
Okay.
information.
Are we ready to start?
We've been streaming for the past 5 minutes.
Mother fucking warn me. Why do you always fucking do this?
Because I wait for the conversation to switch. It's like, okay, we're ready, and then inevitably you guys just fucking sidetrack yourselves.
You should just be like, okay, starting stream now.
No.
No, you're just gonna let us keep bring this upon yourself. Oh man, I hope I don't bleed on the book. I'll be fine.
Oh no.
Oh no.
So if we hear Amy all of a sudden get a little stuffy, we know that she is stopping a nosebleed again.
Yep. All right. Okay.
Toilet paper, maybe?
I got a paper towel on my desk that'll suffice until I can run to the bathroom. Okay. Let's start off with who wants to recap.
We now own 12 dogs.
You do not own 12 dogs. They are still there.
We're about
And
to
it's
own
good.
12 dogs.
Foster dogs.
And a
You
grandma.
will. You don't own a grandma.
Yeah, we now own a baker grandma who will sell bakery products in our inn whenever we open it, and we now have, we will in a very short period of time have 12 dogs that we will then turn this tavern into a dog cafe.
Yep.
And I have
That's
all
that.
of these giant guard dogs with the fucking Saint Bernard whiskey barrel under their neck.
Yep. That's what happened.
I
That's
give
all
you
that
guys-
happened.
I give you guys too much shit.
And then we got a demon cult book, and then a paper
And Amy,
trail.
it's not like it's a mechanical benefit. This is all
That is
free.
true. It's just ridiculous to think of.
No, it is a slight mechanical benefit because nobody's gonna fuck with the end. While you have
That's
12
fair.
guard dogs.
They're all good boys.
They're
and
all good
girls.
boys. And then we have
Good
a paper
boys.
trail for something.
Yes.
That's
Okay.
the part I don't
That's what
remember.
I will tell you right now. Okay. So yeah, you guys did an improv heist. What's his name? Heldar came to you guys. You're like, hey, there's some shitty people. It's rumored that they have evidence of their shittiness. If you steal it and you can sell it to someone for profit, I want like 10% finder's fee, right? And so you guys went in with a master plan of Mutt befriending all of the fucking guard dogs in wolf form, distracting them.
To be fair, we did have a couple of other much more complex plans, but the simple one worked out. Thank you, Mutt.
And it worked great. You are welcome.
It worked amazingly. Ashley almost threw down an old lady's Cobb salad and then got guilted.
I
Almost
bought her a new
did.
I bought her a new one.
He bought her a new one and sat down for her stories. And Mutt got like 25 gold's worth of bakery coupons for being a good boy and listening to Baker Granny stories. You guys went in, you stole the shit, you used the dogs as a weapon.
Weapon and distraction. All in one.
Stampede.
The things I allow in my campaigns. Jesus Christ.
Totally worth it.
That was a creative use of abilities.
Jesus Christ. Oh, man. Oh, okay, no, I'm good. Okay. Okay, you guys got the stuff. You got the cult book. You also got free oil from the booby trap that was on the cult book. And the paper trail. You guys get back to your tavern that night. And the next morning, you guys are sitting around the bar. Lip has started brewing coffee for you all, as is his morning ritual. Again, also his... Every morning you guys wake up and your shoes and jackets are neatly hung up and arranged every morning, courtesy of Casper, the friendly Liff.
So, Liv, how do you feel about dogs?
Oh.
We're probably going to be owning about 12 of them very soon, so I hope you can deal with it.
He just looks at you, looks at the tavern, looks at you again. Yeah, probably have to talk to the pet guild.
The Pet Guild?
There's a guild for everything.
You made that up.
Cross my heart, hope to die. Wait, I'm already dead. It's a real thing.
This is Amy trying desperately to backtrack out of getting 12 pets.
No, you guys can have it. It's just the fact that if you have a food establishment, you gotta check in. If you want to have a dog cafe, there are regulations. How do I know this? I used to work at a cat cafe.
Guild
Into the fucking 2000s, this is a medieval tavern where you put bloody swords on tables.
This is my setting. This is my Waterdeep.
Google
Anyway.
search Pet Guild.
Okay.
D&D, Waterdeep.
Now that we have official health inspections for taverns, everybody remember this so we can beat Amy over the head with OSHA with all the other shit that she's going through.
Is that Chandelier stable? That's a violation.
It's your tavern, man. Okay, so you guys are all around the table bringing up the prospect of Dog Cafe. And you guys are poring over the paper trail you have. Who's looking at the papers? Who's reading them?
Farrah has the book. I guess I have the papers themselves.
Okay.
Yeah, it would be one of us because Mutt was wolf and could not take papers.
Yeah, but I'm talking about like as you guys are sitting around at breakfast.
Yeah, I'll read the trail.
Okay. So, you probably like read it that night and also this morning. And putting two and two together, you realize that essentially this family bribed sailor captains and naval officers to dock at their port in order to do some illegal shit and smuggle stuff in. And they were able to bribe the sailor captains and naval officers because of an illegal brothel that they have and gave them access to. However, doing so allowed them to monopolize the sailors that docked there and charge them insane prices. And every once in a while, a sailor that poked around too much or complained too much kind of disappeared. And Z, looking at your book, you digesting the book and going through it, you see that it quite literally is culting 101. It shows you the basics for things that to try to worship Asmodeus. And there are some like dog-eared pages for sacrifices. And essentially just like baby's first cult. Essentially. It's a very there aren't like summonings in that book. However, it is like the first or second step into a cult. That's what that book is. And as you all are chatting around the table, going through your notes, you guys hear a knock at the door.
Hi, Joe. Just
Mutt
look towards
answers
Liv.
the door.
Liv disappears.
You're supposed to open the door, fucker.
I'm a ghost. People can't know I'm a ghost.
I'll mage hand the door open.
You open the door, and
wait,
standing in front of the doorway, Joe, describe your character.
Oh, plain.
Don't.
That's why you spent like 3 hours in that fucking call yesterday.
You didn't
instead
figure
of
that
joining-
out?
Instead of joining for Among Us like I wanted.
I could not brain span for game, but it's too late now because my character is standing slumped over what a small wait. He's in the doorway, right? Or this is already
They
in.
just opened the door.
Okay, perfect.
You're on the steps
So-
outside.
No.
The door
He
was
is
open.
inside, slumped over on the what would be bar like counter area where drinks would be served. And he's like sitting on what remains of an older, beat up, like decayed trash chair / bar stool. And you see a long, like duster style coat with like leather boots, different shades of dark brown. You see like a mess of blonde hair, like dirty blonde hair that's kind of curly, and like not very short or not very long. He is clearly human looking. Doesn't have pointy ears. Has like the whitish skin with a lot of like bits, bruises, and scars that are visible, that are like faintly visible. The dimness of the bar area. Wearing gloves, and this it's hard to make out any of the gear he's carrying because his coat is drawn over and covering most of his like front side, but you can see all of this from the back. And for everyone here, I'll put a larger picture because it does no justice. This token cannot do justice to how fucking cool this character's art looks.
You're welcome, by the way.
Hmm.
Also, I will tell you, I didn't want to disrupt your flow. However, you were outside the door, and
Oh,
Mutt
that's fine.
opens the door, and there's
Oh.
your character.
Then this dude stumbles in, or tries to at the very least.
Hello there. And you are?
Put a hand on his chest, like kind of stop him at the door, and you could get a clear look at his face. He's got like very icy blue eyes, and I don't know. There it is. That's what we want. Icy blue eyes, and a thing on his hip. No real visible sword of any kind. He's got the traditional cowboy hat that's a wide brim with the swoop in the middle, and he just lazily blinks, clear like somewhere between having half awoken and half slept off drunkenness. And he just looks at you and just goes, "Say what?" Just wipes his one eye with his palm. Just goes, "Oh, is this a bar? Am I at the wrong place?" "Oh, there's a bar." And he points to the bar inside the room.
Well, it is, but we're not open for service yet.
"Oh, it's fine if I'm early." And he just starts trying to get back in. He's just like, "I won't make any noise, I promise. I'm very, very quiet." He puts a hand, like a finger, to his lips.
No, what I mean is we're not ready to open the tavern, as in we don't have any drinks yet.
Oh, okay. So you don't have any like signature drinks or anything. That's fine. I can take a neat. If you need help opening up shop, I'll do that for free. Unless you want to pay me in drinks, in which case I'll work for drinks. Shrugs.
You know what? You want a drink? I'll be right back. You said not all of the wine barrels were good, right?
I think I said I might have a couple of aged wine, maybe.
I'm going to go to
They
one
were
that's
vinegar.
not good. Yeah, the one
Yeah.
that's just vinegar, and give it to him. Like, here's all we have on tap right now.
Looks at it, gets this like, is it just in like a wood mug of
it's
some
like
kind?
a wood like ale mug.
Nice. Takes it,
Cobwebs on it.
like looks at the cobwebs, doesn't hesitate, like kind of just dusts them off, doesn't ask any questions, and then kicks back the drink. What's it taste like?
It's
Vinegar.
Just vinegar.
It's
It's
just
basically-
vinegar.
It's basically vinegar.
Yeah,
at this point.
wine that's gone bad turns into vinegar.
Yep.
He's like he's swishing it around in his mouth. Just pause, swishes it around to the other cheek, and then there's another pause, and then there's just
Do you
a gulp,
understand what I mean yet?
and he just shrugs and just goes, "Well, it's not the worst thing I've had.
You're insane.
If you need help making mixed drinks, I know one from somewhere up on like wherever the Sword Coast is relative to where we are, kind of north, I bet. It's usually always north, but just up on the north coast. I went to one little place that was like literally right on the beach. Like they'd catch fish and shit, and then they'd go. I don't know where they got the actual like liquor or wines or whatever it was, but it tasted great. It had like little salt around the edge of the glass.
That does sound pretty good.
He's gesticulating wildly.
You can see Ashley's eyes dart to Sarah, as if to say, "You're the bitch. You do something."
And
She's
how does this
the
man
bitch.
smell?
What? She's not. She's been pretty personable,
Joe.
thank you.
No, what does your... Yeah, you looked at the wrong person. Look at your brother.
Well, brother isn't downstairs yet.
Joe, what
Mhm.
does your character smell like? Mutt has requested this information.
He smells
Idle.
like sweat, leather, dirt, a little bit of like a sulfury burn smell, and the like various types of whiskey, various types of tobacco. You're a dog, you could probably pick out every last little nook and cranny of the different scents on his face, or on his person.
Okay,
But yeah, he
looking
smells.
satisfied,
He
Mutt will
is,
sit between Farah and him.
to the
Farah,
untrained nose, he smells ripe.
Farah is like, sees Ashley look at her, looks towards Mutt as he's settling with this like very much like judging and seeing if Mutt's gonna freak out. Mutt's not freaking out. She's like gotten immediately closed the book as soon as he steps through the door and has like got it under her arm to where it is protected, and also he cannot see any part of it beyond just the pages on the side. And it's just like staring at him for a long moment. And who exactly sent you down here for drinks? Because I know you would.
Say what?
Who exactly sent you down here for drinks?
Just blinks. Well, I was recommended to this place by a guy I did a couple of jobs for. Pretty reasonable lad. And Devin something. Garfield?
Facepalm.
I didn't listen. He says his name often because I get it wrong.
And what is your name, Mr.
Clint holds out a hand.
Yes, Ashley shakes his hand.
Pleasure to meet you.
So, Davin, Daryl sent you.
There it is. Deverell. Him. Well, he didn't send me, he just recommended it. I can see why. He probably wanted me to see if I could, I told him a little bit about my, eclectic work history. So, figured I guess he figured that I would lend a hand, which he's not wrong. I like to think I'm a caring guy. Pretty selfless. So if you need another set of elbows, I'm not as strong as my brother, but I can definitely pick up some, I don't know, wood, whatever you need me to do, or move it, or hammer some nails. They won't be perfectly straight, but they'll hold. They'll get the job done. Takes another sip of the vinegar. Just
Okay.
kind of grimaces at it.
So, Davil sent you to help us out.
In a matter of speaking, I suppose.
And I'm assuming if you've worked with Davil before, then you're well aware of the type of work he usually sends people out on.
Oh yeah, I've shot guys, I've robbed stuff, I've done all kinds of weird shit. I've picked up boxes and dropped them in like really unscrupulous locations. I've also, I think I helped rebuild a church once, but I can't remember if I did that here or as like a request to him or like whatever, or if I did that in a different town. It's kind of foggy. I do a lot of odd jobs.
Well, right now our odd job is making money to build this bar up. If you want to help, I guess you're
I
welcome
would
to.
love to. Now, where's the like wood and hammer and all that buildy stuff?
Didn't we talk about going to order that stuff today? After we sold the stuff?
Yeah, our first line of order is to sell the information to get some more gold, and then start trying to use the gold if we get enough. Start working on this.
Yeah. We were just talking about requiring funds, actually, and I motioned to all the papers out in front of me, and then I turned to Farah. Farah, who would be the most interested in knowledge about illegal misuse of sailors?
Well, most interested, of course, will be the city guard, but they're not going to pay for nothing like that.
Yes.
However, Amy, I'm imagining there's probably somebody that is supposed to loosely be in charge of the docks. Or the dock ward or whatever.
I mean, that's like saying who's in charge of Manhattan.
Either in charge of it or like, some other gang or,
I was thinking that, or like a rival brothel or something like that. That's losing a lot of business because of these guys.
You know what?
Does Feyre have any idea of who she should be selling this to? Through what knowledge of the city that she does have?
Sure. I will say that there are people in charge, or maybe not in charge of, but they have a lot of property or influence in Dockward. They could sell it to. You could give it to the guard and try to bargain your way for a reward for your good Samaritanness. You could you could just sell it to Davil. So yeah, you could go that. Or
We're not gonna try with the guards because I don't want to be anywhere near the guards if I can help it.
Same.
Because then the question comes of how did you get this information? You don't want to know.
You could just pawn it off on the new guy. He's been all around town.
No. New guy that Feyre is pretty sure is already drunk. Does not need that kind of responsibility.
This vinegar hits pretty hard. Could use with some flavor. I think I have honey in my pick.
I used prestidigitation to like make it honey flavored for you.
Do you point this out to him because he's looking through his bag?
I won't tell him what I did, and I just like, okay, try it now. Should taste a little bit better for you.
He just looks at it, sips it. Oh, that's much easier on the throat.
Now we know you just get him drunk off the water. He'll be
He's
fine.
like, kind of like smacking his mouth a little bit, and just goes, "It's weird. It tastes just like straight honey. I've never really noticed before, but there's like a sticky taste. I don't know what I did. If somebody asked me what sticky tasted like before I drank this, I would not have a good idea, but now I do." Holds the glass up.
Happy to be of service to you.
Just Farah growing increasingly concerned, but keeping her
So-
mouth shut.
It sounds like either a rival business or Davil would be our best options to sell this off.
I'm assuming so, but I was also just waiting and seeing because I heard flipping of pages, so I was seeing if Amy was going to come up with something else.
Oh, yeah, I said that, sure, fuck it. I can't find it in the book if there is one, but I will say that there is people who have more property and sway in Dockward that you could try to sell it to.
So we know Davil will probably buy this.
Honestly, just to have it.
Yeah, just to have it. But it's a matter of, do we want to get even further in with Davil? Although, it seems like Davil's just sending us people now. So, we're going to be dealing with him anyway.
I'm fine with that. If you're fine with that, I can go pay him a visit and sell it off.
But also getting in good with somebody in Dockward that could be powerful in the city is also nice.
But
I'm
also,
in
they're
Dockwood.
not. The problem is they're not a named NPC, so what if they
True. True.
I mean, I have a name generator. If I want to go that route, I'll just spam it.
point?
But see,
I don't-
there's not a point to spamming the name generator if it's not an important named NPC, because you're the note taker and you're not taking notes for this game, Amy. Thus, we don't remember the
Oh.
names.
That's true. Throwaway names just to use, like, just for one session only.
What were you
Okay,
trying to say,
so-
Joe?
I was
Oh, yeah.
gonna say that is what you reminded me to do. I was going to take notes. Amy, where is your handout for this?
Oh my god.
Handout for what?
The OneNote handout.
We don't have
for-
one.
We
I
don't
don't.
have one because she doesn't take
Oh.
notes.
Well,
I
Make a
have
spreadsheet.
one. Like, I have one to display and like organize all of your character boosts, but that's it.
ooh. Then I'm going to make a thing for this.
Hey.
Like, notes for this game is on y'all. I'm not making notes for you.
There.
Yeah, Pharaoh just kind of says all that information, just kind of shrugs slightly. I suppose that will actually be the best right now, because I don't really know exactly who I would be selling it to in the Dark World, but
Tell what to.
information.
He immediately seems disinterested. Like, thought it was gonna be something cool. Devil probably wanted that. He likes that information. He should have all that low down, ear to the ground kind of nonsense.
Alright, I guess I'll go pay Davil a visit then.
Maybe you should be taking your brother with you.
Where is my brother? I haven't seen him in a couple of days.
He's currently upstairs and is gonna walk down the stairs.
Convenient timing.
Speaking of the devil, it shall appear. Hi, brother. How you doing?
Good morning, actually.
Hello there! Walks over way too loudly and holds out a hand. My name's Clean.
Raises an eyebrow, but puts his hand out as well.
I'll
Hello.
explain. I'll explain in the carriage, brother. We're going off to see Davil
Why are we going to see Davil?
because we're selling information that we gathered,
And I'm helping.
and
Mostly
Cliff
because
is
I'm here.
helping.
Reminder that Leto has no idea what you guys fucking did yesterday.
Yeah.
I'll explain in the carriage, brother.
Yeah. You'll have to inform me of what's going on.
Are we actually gonna role play out like selling information?
Yeah, if it's with Davil, yes. If it's with a random named NPC, also yes, but more quirky.
Okay. We'll be right back. You two. If you want to start helping take a look, see what needs the most desperate repairs out of the place. I don't think we've done a full inspection yet. See if we can estimate a gold cost or how much we'll need.
Oh, we also need to just go find the places that sell, because we've talked to a furniture person and that's it.
Yeah, if you guys want to go talk to a repair person, that's fine too. After that, I'll go talk to. Well, no, before I even go talk to a brewer, we need to get the place set up, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We gotta get the building like passable before we can do anything else.
I mean, you could start talking to the Vintners, Distillers, and Brewers Guild. Someone there to talk about getting a supplier soon once you open.
I would love to talk to a distiller brew faction guy. That'd be a fucking blast. That would be.
I love how once Joe gets stuck in the voice, he can't get out of the voice.
That's probably for the best.
Yes.
But you are not talking to anybody. You are helping us.
What? Oh, am I helping you with Deverell?
You're going with us to one, confirm your story, and two, well, you don't really have a stake in the tavern as of yet, so you can't
I have a
really
drink
talk
in the
to
tavern.
anybody. You
Holds
do
up.
have a drink in the tavern.
Here's a water skin that has been filled with vinegar.
Indeed. But until, or if you get a stake in the tavern, you can't really go and ask people for us. Wouldn't be legally binding. With that said, where's that cat? I haven't seen a cat either. Everybody's going missing these past couple of days.
You guys have a cat?
We do have a cat. I don't know where he went.
I love cats.
Pharaoh looks at Mutt with this like mildly concerned.
Okay, let's be off. We've got a long day ahead of us. Come along, Clint. You can tell me stories on the way.
Oh, I've got lots of stories. Like, for example, this one time, me and my brother were walking around on a swamp, and he just starts going off on a fucking nonsense tangent.
Yeah, they're walking. Yeah, come along, brother. We've got fun ahead of us today.
Freyra just like wiggles her fingers.
Leto looks already fed up with the day.
It's just started.
You like, door to the tavern closes. You can hear Clint's voice until he rounds the street corner with everyone. Poor volume control, man.
Avery, question.
What's up?
I know I wasn't here last session, but the session before I was going to end to try and get more information
on what?
On Davil's group. I forget what it was called.
The Black Network.
Yeah. Could I roll something to see if I got anything?
Sure.
Just so you know, Iris, you're kind of going in and out.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. I don't know what I can do to fix this. Is it better?
Yeah, you're better now. I don't know if you were just moving and so it was like shifting somehow and just picking up differently, but we were hearing a little bits and pieces that were getting louder and quieter.
I'll mess with my mic settings in a bit.
Okay. Just to bring you two up to speed as the carriage is taking off. Let's see. Yesterday, me, Fedra, and Mutt, we went on a heist. We stole some information leading to corrupt people luring and using sailors. And we're going to go talk to Devil in order to get money for this reward. And also Farah found some, like, demonic book, I guess. I don't know what's in it yet, but I can't read Infernal, so.
Ooh. So, question to the DM.
What's up?
I forgot to pick a language from my background. Can I just throw Infernal on there?
Oh my god.
Sir.
If you can say no, because I would not pick Infernal in any other case. I would probably pick something like, it'd be appropriate. It's probably Goblin.
If it is purely so that you can fucking snoop on that book, no.
Darn it. Okay, fine.
I'm not letting you metagame.
That totally fair.
Like, the fuck? Who the fuck do you think I am?
Listen, I had to try. Actually, he 100% instead of Goblin, he speaks Undercommon. Because down under.
Oh my god. The only reason Farah knows Infernal is because Tiefling. I don't normally pick Infernal myself either.
What I
Okay.
got, DM?
What'd you roll?
21.
Okay. So what exactly were you looking for?
I was trying to get information on the group, just general, I guess, or maybe who they're associated with.
What group specifically? The Black Network or the Doom Raiders?
The Black Network. 'Cause
Okay.
that's the offshoot of the Xanathars Guild, right? Offshoot?
Centurium.
Centurion, thank you.
You could probably figure out that the Black Network and Centurium were one. They used to be together and called the Centurium. However, after asking around with the 21, you discover that there has been a splinter Centurium that has essentially went from normal, the regular work that they did before. However, a splinter faction of the Centurium went fucking rogue and started attacking and waging war on the Xanathar Guild in the streets. And those are now referred to as the Centurium versus the quote-unquote old regular Centurium are the Black Network. The Black Network now.
Okay, so he's pretty much telling you the truth on that.
Yes. That they essentially do mercenary work, provide loans and other services. That's what it says in the book. And that, yeah, he is a retired Doom Raider adventurer.
Okay.
Or like he's a retired Doom Raider member.
Cool ass thing to be retired in.
I know, right? Retired Lich Dungeon Delver. The Doom Raider is known for just invading and destroying liches. He retires and goes into slightly shady business.
So they are on the up and up in terms of shady businesses, though.
Yeah. They're not like kick a baby in the street. They are, if you need work done, they can provide you with someone able to fulfill it. Essentially providing contractors and contactees, people to do the work.
They are the
mercenaries and
middlemen.
shit. Yeah, they're the middlemen.
Mm.
It is a network.
Okay. Well, that's what Leto spent his day doing while y'all went on a heist, trying to get information on this stuff. So
Oh, y'all were fucking befriending dogs.
Oh yes, and also we befriended 12 dogs and a bakery granny.
how do those two correlate?
It's a long story. I will tell you on the carriage. What happened was
Quite the adventure.
It was a fun
That
little...
sounds wild.
It was. My favorite part was when Wolf and the dogs trampled all over everybody while also covering our escape.
And you pointing or like looking towards Clint. Were you part of this as well? Is that how you?
I met
Oh.
Clint about 10 minutes ago.
Just got here, right before you came downstairs.
Uh-huh.
Takes a sip from his water skin, his vinegar skin.
No.
He is going to be so fucking sick.
No, you don't actually have to drink that. I just brought it to you to prove that we don't really have any drinks, right?
He like looks at it and then shrugs and just goes, "If you say so. I was trying to be nice. Didn't want to, reject the hospitality." He starts pouring
Oh.
it out as you're walking.
Okay. Well, we are in a carriage.
No, he'll hold it out the window.
Okay. He just,
Yeah, just pushes the window open or opens the carriage side door and then turns the water skin upside down and starts spraying it into the sidewalk.
Well, thieves can't. I know it's not going to matter, but will thieves can't actually like? Are you sure about this guy?
just put two fingers side to side to say no.
Signs
And
and thieves
also,
can't.
please help.
Signs and thieves can't. What do you need help with?
Awkward staring at each other. I imagine it's just like a deadlock staring at each other, waiting for a response until we arrive at Davos.
This dude seems to have like a permanent smirk smeared across his face.
Ashley is good at keeping a good face. Leto, however,
Stare. Oh, I guess if he's helping.
He shrugs
So
and
what?
just goes,
So
"Well, yeah, love to help.
so what is it you can do?
Well, I can lift things. I read real quick. I actually have like a little bit of talent with like a very very niche form of magic. I am pretty fast on my feet. Like to think I could probably outrun quite a few people, but that's neither here nor there. I could always beat my brother in a foot
Do you
race.
want to race?
Like, it
You're
just
not
looks
there.
at butt.
You're not
Oh.
there, but
Oh damn it!
Mutt and Pharaoh went to go shopping.
Oh, yay.
Shopping, yay! Just like listing. He has one hand with like 4 fingers ticked, and his other hand like counting off every digit as he goes through a loop of just listing random things that he can do. Like, I once read an entire book on the history of a continent of a country that no longer exists. I think it was like killed over or completely destroyed like over 500 years ago or something. But
Oh, which country was that?
something this one. A country that is real. Or
Aristonia,
was real. Aristonia.
my homebrew setting.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Ripping Aristonia.
That sounds
Sorry,
like
it
a
had to be
fun time.
destroyed.
Well, see, now, Amy, your homebrew setting, you now need to figure out how to make apocalypse happen in your homebrew setting, because now it's canon.
Oh, don't worry, I have plans for that. Not actually. However, it's just like,
Well, now it does.
no, as in like, I know exactly how it seems there was apocalypse there.
So I'm guessing we're going to the yawning portal, or
Yes,
okay.
it is the yawning portal. Okay. So you guys have some good old-fashioned small talk. Get to know each other's as you all get to the yawning portal. And drag y'all over here because it's good map art.
This is good map art.
Someone made so many nice maps for this campaign specifically, and as usual, Leto, Ashley. Yeah, Yagra's there. She's at the bar, harassing Durnan. And you see Davil is over at his table. He's eating what looks to be like a plate of cookies. You okay, dog? Wait, that wasn't an invitation.
Playtime now.
You alright? Okay.
Is literally in sync with Rolo jumping onto my knee.
Okay.
No.
Not my leg, my knee. She put
Animal
all
attack.
4 paws on a very small surface area and
Okay.
first to grip.
Go drink water. No, not playtime. No. No.
I'm just waiting for the puppy growl.
No.
Hey, so Joe, what subclass are you?
No.
Oh, what subclass am I? Let me roll a quick thing to see if you manage to. Okay, no, he's not gonna stop. He's gonna continue telling you stories about things that he did or has done in relationship to things that he can do. Like, for example, this one time he went on he had a foot race with his brother on the beach, and supposedly, a merfolk joined in.
Okay, but what? Okay, but out of character, what subclass are you?
Yeah.
He's not gonna fucking tell you.
I will tell you that I am combat built.
Does Leto need to roll an investigation check?
I will.
You can't.
Don't
He's not
don't
gonna hide
tempt
anything.
me.
He's not gonna hide anything. It's very plain to see that he has a gun on his hip.
Yeah, I
and
did
no
see the
sword.
gun. I did see the gun.
I just don't know any gunslinger.
I don't know any
rogues.
gun-based rogue builds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you pulling the fucking Soul Knife Fighter multi-class again that I did?
No.
Nope.
So that's what that
Can
picture
assure
looked
you.
like.
Is it homebrewed?
Yes, sort of.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Well,
then we have
yes.
no way of knowing.
All right. So you all arrive at the yawning portal. Davil is eating a plate of cookies. You see Yagra at the bar, doing the usual harassing Durnan, who's just doing his job. And he looks over at you guys, gives you a nod before he goes back to doing dishes. Yeah, Davil's at his table, plate of cookies. He's munching.
You are quite the lover of sweets, Devil. I say as I sit down.
Hi, Darville. How's it going? Sit next to him.
It's Davil, and if you want cookies, you're more than welcome to join. I
How
might
many
have bought
cookies are
too
there?
much.
I'll have
It's just
one.
like 2 dozen.
Oh my
Okay.
god.
Which one did you do?
I may have bought too much.
Clint takes 4.
But I will take one.
I will. The brothers being the wise ones. Anyway, Davil, we've procured some information that you might be able to use. For the right price, of course. A list of dock workers illegally hiring sailors to go to their spots and paying them with illegal brothels and drastically upcharging the prices.
Huh. Okay. Who is the information on?
A group whose names I have forgotten. And by that I mean
Collins.
I don't remember. The Collins?
Yeah.
A rich group known by the Collins. Ring a bell.
A few. You sure this information is true?
Snagged it right under their heels.
All right. Takes cookie, bites into it. He takes a sip of his glass of milk. I don't know why.
Yo, based mafia captain.
I don't know why I'm having him be eating milk and cookies.
Breakfast
Because
of
he's hard as
champions.
fuck.
Yeah, breakfast of fucking champions.
It's near lunch, but
I
yeah.
ate cookies and milk when I was a kid for breakfast.
All right. How much do you want for it?
Go big, go big.
What would be a fair price? Start the haggling at 50?
What'd you say?
Start the haggling at 50?
What?
We
You
don't.
said 50?
Yeah, we don't
I
know
know what
what the gold should be. She said 50.
Yeah, so let's start the haggling at 50.
Okay.
We don't.
Unless it should be higher. I don't know.
You say 50 and he looks at you. He's like, I mean, if the information is as good as you say it is, you should really upsell yourself. How about 300?
Oh, sure. Here you go. Done deal.
Yeah. See,
Clint spits out the
that's
cookie in his
Yeah,
mouth.
see, I had no
Basically
idea.
worth $2,000.
we don't have a
300.
context for how much things are worth yet in this
Yeah,
game.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
It's D&D, so, but
It
also
starts
this
to
is illegal information, so you're gonna get at least a couple hundred.
Okay.
I was gonna say at least 350. Tack on our price.
You could negotiate. He gave you your new bottom point, essentially, is what he said. It's like,
the set at the say or at the upping from 50 to 300.
mhm.
Clint spits out the parts of cookie that were in his mouth, and it just immediately goes like 550.
What? You weren't even that.
We're haggling.
500.
Deal.
500 sounds fair.
500 is fine.
Oh my god.
Oh, yeah.
It's like,
Thank you for the honesty.
Yeah, I had no idea how much that would cost.
Same.
I mean, yeah,
That's
that's how much
enough
I'm
to
giving
get
you guys.
That's enough to get our tavern started.
Get the renovations done, or pay for the renovations.
Yeah.
He's like, he nods and he holds up a glass of milk in a cheers gesture, and he reaches into his pocket, deep into his cloak, and he pulls out a satchel of gold.
I will add that to my bank account.
Right, you guys get 500 gold. And Davil, I imagine just straight up like little fucking envelope of papers.
Yeah.
He slides it over. You slide him the paperwork. He takes it. He leafs through it really quickly. He's like, okay. Pleasure doing business with you.
Oh yeah, did you actually send him towards us? Mentions motions towards Clint.
Of course he did.
I may have mentioned that possible people were trying to recruit.
Okay, just making sure. Well, enjoy your cookies. We shall be off now. It's gonna be even busier than I imagined.
All right. Well, let me know if you want any more work.
We will be certain to do that.
Well, as they're walking away, or getting up and starting to leave, Clint will do a finger gun at him and be like, you can call me if they don't pick up. So they probably won't be far away.
You just nod.
Even if we were far away, we'd hear you from far away.
This is probably true.
Looks to Ashley and Leto. Look of, he's your problem now.
Oh, so you dumped him on us.
Sigh, shake head.
He is capable. I'll give him that much.
So, just to make clear, the 500 we need was just to get the tavern up and running, right? So we didn't need to pay anything extra for that, for like the license or whatever? Because that's what I thought the 500 was going to be for.
So essentially, according to the book, it is 1,000 to renovate the tavern.
Yeah.
I have chopped that in half. You need 500 to renovate the tavern, and then a little bit more to have all of your licenses and shit.
So the 500 will get us to where the building is completely sound. There's no more need to update windows and doors and shit like that. It's
Yeah.
okay.
I'm including all the upkeep, getting everything safe and sound. I'm even including the furniture there too, in that, because you also have a couple hundred from Rainier as well. So physically, your tavern is going to be fit for business. At this point now, you just need to have some money for the guild licenses, and you have to set up suppliers now.
Okay. I had
And then
95
any staff
before
that we
this.
might need, I'm assuming, as
Yeah.
well.
Yeah.
Yes, you can hire staff.
Okay.
I had 95 gold before this.
Well, if we're just going to, I guess it's the above table agreement that we all need to reach. Of are we just going to go ahead and just straight up 500 directly to at least renovating the inn?
100%. Yeah.
Joe, Iris, Cody.
Yeah.
Yes.
Mutt cares not for gold.
What cares for
Okay.
smells?
So we don't even need to put that 500 gold in anybody's inventory because that's going to go straight into getting the repair set up.
So I guess after that comes actually, meeting up with Farah to go get the repairs ordered.
Farah would have, after they left, talked to Liff and gotten his, he would know best what would need the most work and the least work, and what would probably be priorities. And
yeah, he gives you a very detailed list. Because I imagine over the 100 years, he has seen these problems get worse and worse, and can do nothing about them because he's a ghost.
So she'll make that list and take Mutt and go wandering the neighborhood. Because I think there's a whole bunch of neighbors we were supposed to be meeting through all of this.
Holy shit, you're gonna meet your neighbors?
Looking primarily for the wherever I can get people to come renovate, but wander the neighborhood up until that point.
Let me look. You have the furniture place. Okay, yeah, you already met Tally, the carpenter and wood carver. There is that is. I'm just looking at all these businesses now, just to double check.
And remember, you have to add Baker Granny on top of them.
Well, she's not here. She's somewhere else. Okay. I will tell you that there is no renovator as your neighbor. There is a bookshop. There is an apothecary looking place. There's a forge. There's a carpenter place, and there is a place called the Tiger's Eye. Okay, so essentially the names are Bookworm's Treasure, Tiger's Eye, the Bent Nail, Steam and Steel, and Corellian's Crown. I will tell you, there is no there is no renovator here. However, that would just be a trip into town to the probably the Fellowship of Innkeepers or the Plastiers and Roofers Guild to get your renovation set.
Wasn't there we went to the furniture people and they were like, hey, we'll introduce you to someone that'll treat you fairly, essentially, from one of the guilds.
Yeah, I forgot about that. Oh yeah, sure. So you probably got like given a letter
Yeah, a letter of
from
introduction.
Tally. Yeah, a letter of introduction.
Yeah, we'll go to the renovators and then go, I guess, to the Brewers Guild.
Yeah,
To
sounds like we need to meet up.
here to at least get the foundations of what we need to work on.
Yeah.
Okay. I can probably say that Farah, in the time that the others met with Davil and exchanged information, or sold information, Farah and Mutt could be at the Carpenters, Roofers, and Plastiers Guild and met with your connection there, and then you guys can meet up to go talk to the Brewers Guild. How does that sound?
That
Yeah.
works.
Get in, nerds. We're going renovating. Carriage pulls up next to you guys.
Yeah, go ahead and get that business squared away. Have them head over to take a look at the inn and give them a list of what Leaf has said and all that good shit.
All right. Hold on, copy and paste. Your contact for the Carpenters, Roofers, and Plasterers Guild is a halfling named Freddie Doyle.
Freddie Doyle.
Freddie Doyle.
Freddie Doyle. He seems very old, yet very chipper. And he gets introduced to you guys. You guys introduce yourselves to him, and he just shakes your hand just furiously, just like oh, I'm so happy that you guys are opening up Troll Skull Manor. I can't wait to get this place back up and running. I promise you do such a great job. I'll make sure it's spick and span in no time.
Feyre just kind of smirks. Well, I'm Feyre, and this is here's Mutt, and I'm trusting that you're gonna be doing this right and all by the books. This is a very old building, from what I understand, with a lot of history in it that we'd like to keep preserved as much as possible.
Oh, trust me, I do everything the right way. I make sure safety is my number one concern. I will never go off of the book. I want to make sure that this place can stand as long as possible. You can trust me. I'll do the best job I can. Shaking your hand, shaking Mutt's hand now.
Just slightly stepping behind Mutt, so Mutt is now trapped by the shaking hand, and he can't reach Feyre's hand again.
Still shaking your hand, Mutt.
Do we have a Cody?
Sorry, I think I cut out.
Oh, yeah. We have not heard from you in a few minutes.
Did you hear what is going on, though?
No.
Okay.
Okay, so Feyre and Mutt are meeting with their contact. No. So previously, Tally, your carpenter neighbor, agreed to set you guys up with a quality person from the Carpenters, Roofers, and Plasterers Guild, and you got a letter of introduction. You and Farah are gone to meet him. He is an older halfling man named Freddie Doyle, who is very excited to meet you all, and very chipper. He is furiously shaking your hand, yours and Farah's hand, as he goes on a little spiel about how he's going to do such a great job and trust him. Don't worry. And Farah stepped behind Mutt, so now Mutt's hand is getting shaken again, and he launches back into another long-winded speech of just like, no, trust me,
Like
I'm going to
wood
do such a great job.
Sawdust? Wood chips? Is that what they smells like?
Yes.
Okay.
Plaster too.
Okay.
Smells like construction.
Yes.
Construction. Furiously shaking Mutt's hand. In a good-natured way.
Feyre's watching slowly and just still kind of smirking and nods. Well, we appreciate that a lot. Now, I'm hoping you're going to be doing everything at a fair price as well. Not just, trying to screw us over or nothing like that.
Oh, I would never screw you over. I want this manor to be in tip-top shape. However, there are set prices for the certain amount of building. So if you look over here, he opens up a big-ass book, starts flipping through pages. For a building of this size, it goes to around 500. Over a course of 12 days, we can have this fully renovated. I have my best people. I have the best team who will follow the best protocol to get this place tip-top.
12 days, you say? Well, that's not too bad. Why don't you head over to Troll Skull Manor a little bit later today and take a look at everything and make sure you are ready for this project, because I think it's going to be quite a large project by the time we're done.
Oh, I can certainly do that. I can come by after, let's say, 5 p.m. I can bring my whole team. We can take a survey of the place, work out a plan of action, and then start tomorrow morning.
And she nods slightly, and you guys can bring a contract with you. We'll go over everything there and get to make sure that everything's signed and sealed and get you guys paid. But half at the start and half at the end once everything's done. Sound fair to you?
Opens up book, follows regulations. Sounds like a good idea.
Looks towards Mutt to see if Mutt has anything particular to say.
Just nods in approval.
And while we're surveying the place, if you want to make any changes, right now I'm just focused on renovating the place and getting it up to code. However, if you have any changes during the renovating process, you can let my team know and we can try to work it in as much as we can for you.
Any renovations that you think that you would suggest or want to include in a project like this personally?
Well, Troll Skull Manor is such an important building and has great history, but, well, things can always be improved. However, I can't know that until I see the place.
Fair enough.
If you want, I can bring you a list of ideas I have after my team surveys the place and we can get back to you.
I think that'll work perfectly well, Freddy.
All right. Is there any other questions you guys have? Anything I can help you with? You have another renovation you want to get done? I can help you. I can help you with whatever you need. Just let me know. I will try to work it in. I have a great team.
I am sure you do, but at the moment, all we need is the mana fixed up.
Right, you are. All right. Well, if there's anything else you need, you know where to find me. I will be here if I'm not over there. Sometimes I do sleep at home, though, so you can find me there instead. I live across the street.
We are not going to be bothering you at home. I can promise you that.
Well, just so you know, I am on call 24/7, so if there is an emergency in my contract, I will come and fix it for you. So you can find me across the street if there is an emergency. If a pipe bursts, I will call. I am on call. I will help you.
Farrah just nodding and got now Mutt's shoulders starting to shoo Mutt out the door. Thank you very much, Freddy. We'll see you a little bit later today and we'll get everything squared away then. Bye! Close the door.
He was nice.
Ooh, a little too friendly.
Carriage pulls up.
Game losers, we're going renovating.
We hear fucking Clint talking before the carriage even pulls up.
What story do they hear this time, Clint?
Come on, Joe, you gotta be improv.
Okay, no, sorry. I'm taking notes. I'm being a good noodle. I'm taking notes. So as we're going, he would regale you with the time that he fought a troll that came out of the yawning portal a couple years ago. He thought it wouldn't be like the yawning portal. He heard good things about it, so he came down to Waterdeep many years ago, on a whim. And while he was there visiting with some of his friends, this big ass green or kind of yellowish looking troll just scurried up out from the yawning portal, and it turned into a huge fight. Eventually, after carving it up and beating it, it fell back down. And he also commented that troll jelly tastes weird, describing troll jelly as some of the bits of troll that fell off and didn't regenerate.
You know, who wants to listen to a song? I've got great
Oh,
songs.
I got songs! He immediately starts singing one.
That's what I meant.
Stop driving the car when the carriage would help.
Can I use my harp to just make silence?
I will say no. However, white noise is a noise.
Yeah, can I just make white noise with my harp?
Yeah.
Hear all of this coming, and Farrah just looks at Mutt. I don't know that we necessarily want to be associated with these guys right now. We might just need to keep walking. Hurrying down the sidewalk.
You cannot outrun the carriage.
They're trying to disassociate with us. Catch them.
Much as fast.
Not fast. They're not as fast.
The carriage is constantly next to you. You just hear white noise. You see Clint singing at the top of his lungs, and you can't hear him. What Clint keeps singing when he hears that he can't hear himself.
He would sing, and then his voice would just cut off. Like he'd hear the white noise, and he's just gonna be like try singing again, and then like kind of feel his throat, like take a finger and flick the side of his throat. You know that thing where you're like, ooh,
Yeah.
like he's doing that, but you can't hear any noise, but he feels the vibration, and so he just shrugs, and then just looks around, trying to figure out where the source of the white noise is. It's very clear that it's coming from fucking the. Is it coming from your instrument?
It's coming from my instrument, which like it would just look like I'm plucking the strings because like no noise is coming.
He's just looking at it and he's like questioning, but doesn't know how to approach the subject of just like, I think that instrument is doing it, but how can an instrument make not instrument noises? Doesn't make sense.
I see how
And
Clint has, in the course of one outing, annoyed Leto and then figured out how to annoy Ashley by cutting Ashley off from playing an instrument.
Oh my
Yeah, we'll
God.
arrive next to you guys, open a door, and Ashley will just hold out like the giant bag of gold. Like, come on, we got some business to do.
Clint hands on hips, and now we're going into like the 80s montage of repairing everything.
Nope.
No, we gotta go talk to the Brewers Guild.
Oh, okay.
This is
I was ready.
This chapter is base building simulator.
I was ready to start playing Everybody's Working for the Weekend.
Yeah, you notice your speech came on the second. Like Ashley stopped to hold open the bag of gold to show it to them.
Wow, I was worried for a second there. I thought my voice turned into like a groaning noise. If I was going to be stuck like that, I didn't want to subject all of you to that. But thankfully, got my voice back.
Oh man.
Well, I see that y'all were successful on your adventure. We got workers coming over a little bit late today to figure out some specifics about fixing up the mana for us.
Splendid. All we have left to do is to get licenses and find suppliers. Almost done with the bureaucratic end for now.
Somehow I have the sneaking suspicion that this is going to be a lot harder than we think it's going to be on this end of things.
Oh, I know a thing or two about businesses.
Oh, it's not businesses. It's fucking... What's the city's name again?
It's Waterdeep.
Oh. It's Waterdeep guilds. It's going to be the issue here.
The guilds, for the most part, they're all pretty nice. They all have their like weird shtick. There's like a couple of really nice guys who do like church stuff. I don't know much about them. They don't seem to invite me in very often. But then there's other guys who live like in basically the woods. They're great. They spend a lot of time like kind of, you know, he like gestures to his crotch vaguely.
Yes, of course.
Yeah, it's not my cup of tea. But, you know, live and let live. Then there's like, I think some other guys who are, I think they were like guards or something. I can't remember. There's a lot of different guilds here.
Mm-hmm.
We'll start with getting our supply chain open.
Yeah. I think we need a license before we can start getting any supplies in. But that's why we gotta go talk to the guild.
Yep.
Scene transition.
Okay. So I will say that from your talk with Tally, he basically gave you guys good context essentially on the essential guild members that you need, or essential guild associates that you need. So he gave you Freddie Doyle from the Carpenter Renovators. It's a long ass name.
And just say
he has-
renovators from this point forward.
Yeah, Renovators. And now he has directed you to the Brewers Guild. He gave you an address of a very quaint but very decently sized brewery. Probably about 20-minute ride away from Troll Skull Manor. Troll Skull Manor is in North Ward, so it's probably somewhere on the western end of North Ward. So not far, but not like across the street. So it doesn't take all that long, but you guys get there, and it's a decently sized brewery that looks well taken care of. And you guys go inside, and you see a human woman sitting at the, I guess, front desk, and it looks like she has a bunch of glasses in front of her. Essentially, looks like she's testing things, or taste testing little tiny little shot glasses of different liquids. And she looks up and she greets you all, welcoming you all in. Like, hi, hello. Am I expecting you guys?
No, sorry to come in unannounced. My name's Ashley, and my group here and I are looking into getting some licenses to serve and set up a supply chain going.
We've recently come into possession of Troll Skull Manor. I'm looking to try and get it back up and running again.
Oh, you're the people Tally told me about. Okay, just 1 second. And she will go from around the counter. I have a token for her. Oh shit. I made a token for her.
Oh.
Here she is. Here we go. She rushes from behind the counter. And you guys see she is human, blonde, and she gestures you all to go into a little side office. Where it's pretty comfy. It's got different brewer guidelines on the walls and stuff. It looks like she has little desk toys covering her desk as well. Like a little stress ball. It looks like a squid. And she sits down behind her desk and pulls out files, a couple of files. It's like, right, you guys all took Troll Skull Manor. And what were your names again?
I am Ashley. This is my brother Leto. This is Farah.
Clint just pushes past Farah and holds out his hand.
Don't add him to the list. He's not actually part of the deed.
Fair
But
enough.
And looks to Mutt. It's like,
And this is Mutt.
so is everyone but points to Clint on the deed? Everyone else here? Good?
Well, I'm not,
Yes, you were.
but my sister is.
He's here in place of his sister.
Yeah, I think
Right,
we
nice.
hand waved at the head that Nice gave you her share.
Oh,
okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes.
It's a shared property
Yeah.
between the two
Mutt,
of you.
Don't ask why, but Mutt also has a stake in it.
I'm not asking questions. Hi, it's nice to meet you. My name's Eileen, and well, you need a brewery supply, right? Do you know when you guys are going to be able to open?
Renovations will be complete in Luxafera.
Well, we're going to have the renovators stopping by today, and they said they're going to be done about 2-3-ish weeks, so we're looking about maybe a month out.
A month out, sure thing. Do you know what kind of stock you want to have? What I have available? I can show you what I have available. I have some samples out front. That's what I was getting prepared, actually. If you want, you can all just take a little sample and figure out what you guys want.
Please do.
Clint takes 2 of everything.
He reaches for the second one, and Pharaoh will smack his hand.
We collectively stop him.
Well, they are samples.
One at a time. One at a time.
Holding like 4 other samples in his offhand. Like, fair enough.
You greedy little shit.
No, listen, I don't like to think of it as greed. I like to think of it as curiosity. Shoves 4 things in his mouth at once.
And he is cut off.
Okay, you guys are well, I guess the boss of him? I assume he works for you.
Immediately like, oh yeah, I'm basically an employee. That's a good point. I'm full-time. I don't have anywhere else to be.
I don't recall saying we actually hired you.
This is true.
It's a long story. Why don't you tell us about what you have here? Rather than him just drinking all of it before you can say anything.
Right. So everything that I have here is actually brewed in-house, and we have a couple of fields right outside the walls where we grow different grains. We also have some imported from Neverwinter as well. Some of our more rare things. Sometimes we do collaborations with other small local breweries to make limited time things. And she just goes into like a little spiel because I don't know brewery shit. And you can very tell that she gets really into it. She's clearly very passionate about the different flavor profiles that each ale that she brews has versus the different types of wine that she also has. She's clearly very, very passionate. And she just gives you like a top-down list of every little sample that she gives you.
Leto will do the connoisseur thing of like smelling it and twirling it, like literally doing the whole shtick.
Like the sommelier thing?
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
What are our options, DM?
Alcohol.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah, you got
We'll take it.
you got stouts, red ales, dark ales.
Whatever the fuck you want.
I think.
Okay. I thought
While
you actually had options for us.
I don't. I'm sorry.
Okay. No,
while
perfect. We'll take it.
Leto is going through all the sommelier fancy shit, Feyre actually starts looking at it very much of the like business mindset. Like, okay, we're in Waterdeep. You have to have a X number of fancy things. You have to have X number of cheap things. You got to have at least X number of like hard liquor versus.
Yeah,
like,
the two of them are actually conversing.
Like Ashley and Fair actually going over the details. Like, yes, we should have a couple of cheap things like this. A couple of, but we should also have. I think right now set our price point towards the middle. That way, we get at least a good profit margin from it.
well,
Clint is following behind you, like with a hand on his chin, and like in a thinker's pose, just nodding sagely as you both have a conversation.
Eileen is there with you guys, and she's probably like gives you like papers of like probably the market for each drink and like how much they typically run for in the average. There's pretty much all the paperwork you would need that she would have access to. She will give to you guys. You're just there to glance down at the papers, glance at Feyre, glance at Ashley again, glance at the papers, look back at Ashley, which like confused a little bit.
Ashley like turns his eyes towards you. Did I do something to offend you, Miss?
No, you just seem a little familiar, I think. Do I know you?
Well, my name is Ashley Estelma. I'm from the Estelma family. Maybe you've served my family's establishments before.
Maybe. That's probably it, yeah. Anyway, I think I have well, this is typically a starter set, or this is the average for most taverns in the city. You guys can take a look at that and pick and choose what you want off or on this menu, and start there. And we could have, well, as long as you don't pick like one of everything, we can probably have everything you guys want available by opening.
This sounds splendid. I think we're just about done curating this list. No, that's too many red wines. We need just like marks a different checkbox.
Are we gonna be able to get all of the alcohol and liquor through you from this point forward, or are we gonna have to start making deals with the other suppliers individually after this?
Well, I pretty much have access to everything. I mean, if you want to do business somewhere else, I'm not going to stop you, but I can pretty much get you whatever you really need.
Well, I can say that your knowledge and passion towards the art is second to none from what I've seen. This seems like a good enough place.
The wide beaming smile. I can deliver it to the manor every week it started,
About
depending on how things. I'm sure your opening night will be very busy. Everyone that I talk to in town is very excited about the manor opening up back up again.
oh, so word's gotten out then.
Yeah, I forgot his name, but someone was really like this guy with like really purple clothing. He talked really weird. He was talking about it to everyone who would listen.
Good.
Sigh. Well then.
Volo.
Yep.
If anything, it's good for business, and well, since we're going to be business partners, it's good for everyone.
Fair enough. Now, about how much are we looking per delivery from you?
Well, per delivery, it depends on how much you need and how much you go off. Some of these will last a longer time than others. So probably, let me look here what the average market and
Furious
expenses are
page
for
flipping.
a tavern. Essentially, for every two weeks, approximately like between 20 to 30 gold, depending on what you still have in stock versus what you run out of. Sometimes you can be really busy and need a whole restock, which would be up to 50. Other times it could be slower and it could be something as low as 10 just to get some more ale. So your average would be about 10 to 50.
And for this first full restock that we'll be having to do in this next couple of weeks, we're looking at 50-ish, a little bit higher than that.
I would say 50 for a full restock, and I can take care of your licenses for about 10 more. I can get you all of your liquor licenses and get all the contracts for me supplying the manor done for 10, and that's pretty much all the only expense you need for contracts. There's no update on contracts and stuff. Once we have it, we have it.
Well, that's useful.
So it does make sense to stick with a supplier. I'm not saying that you have to stick with me if you don't want to, but
No. As long as you don't fuck us over, then we're good.
I don't plan on it. You guys all seem really nice, and I look forward to working with you all.
You
Okay,
seem great too.
Yes,
Thank you.
seem wonderful. I think we have all of our selections here. For this and the license, how much will that run us today?
So for a full stock would be 50, license would be 10 more, so 60 for a full restock, and I can have it delivered probably the day before the grand opening so that you can set up.
60 sounds wonderful. Here you go.
Oh, you just have okay. Sure. I can just give me a second. I can get the contracts for you all, and we can just have this done. And I'll see you
I'll
probably at
pay
grand.
20 towards it, so that you're not paying the full 60 out of pocket.
Okay.
I can put 20 in too.
Okay.
Hey, 20 apiece. There we go.
Hmm. Eileen will give you guys all the contract, take all of the payment, and will. Give me 1 second.
Clint will throw in 10 gold.
Looks to Clint in confusion.
What? You said you needed help. Figured that if you're buying stuff for the place, I would do my part.
Did not expect that. Thank you.
You're welcome. I do hope that I can earn that back while I'm working for your employ.
I guess you're hired now. Do you
Tat
know how to
tat.
serve?
How-
Do you know how to serve drinks?
Oh, sure. I've done bartending at least once, I think.
Well, if
Well,
nothing else, that'll pay for the roof over your head for the next couple nights.
Nods.
If you have everything squared away, I have a little bit of an event to organize right now for the brewery. So, I mean, you guys are welcome to stay. It's a little talent showcase I have for the workers here that I run like once a month.
Talent showcase. Interesting.
Well, yeah, everyone works really hard, and well, I think we should have some fun around here sometimes. So,
I wouldn't mind. Does mind viewing that? We've got nothing else to do besides other licenses, right?
Well, somebody does have to go back to the manor by around 5 o'clock-ish to go meet the renovators, but until then...
Fucking Clint will raise his hand and be like, I know somebody who's free around that time.
Somebody besides you.
Well,
I
somebody
can go
with
with
him.
I can go with him.
2 hits are better than 1, and he like flashes a thumbs up and a wink towards Leto.
Ashley just melts good luck.
so is everyone else staying for the talent? You guys can join if you want.
It's like,
Sure,
Hook.
count me in.
hook a finger in Leto's collar and drag him down a little bit closer to Feyre, because I forget which one is taller. Like, just make sure he don't go anywhere near the wine barrels, because those are going to be worth something by the time we get all this up and running. He's not allowed to touch them.
We have it sorted out.
Oh, I hear talent show. Let's have some fun.
There is a prize if you guys win. It is a voting on who wins. So it's possible. I promise to not sway the vote because we're now business partners, and it's pretty much mostly the workers that are going to be voting. But you guys can win if you enter.
And what is this prize?
That's a secret. It's
a secret prize?
Oh, now I'm motivated.
It's not anything too fancy. But I think it's fun.
Well, now I want it. Because I don't know what it is. It could be anything.
Consider me motivated.
Okay, well, downstairs this way, we have converted the main brewery hall into a sort of mini stage. It's perfectly safe. Nothing is contaminated or unsafe. You can use it as a stage. We do this pretty much once or twice a month, once every 1 or 2 months. So you can just get in line, and we start in about 5-10 minutes.
Wonderful.
Cool. I'll
Well,
see
hey,
you
I
guys
don't even
down
have to
there.
do tryout. Let's fucking go. Win me some
Aren't you
prizes. He starts like
leaving?
twirling his arm. Well, not now. I was going to win a prize. Turns to like Farah and the rest of the
But
crew.
Clint, it
goes,
would be very
"Right."
helpful if you would go for
I'll
Leto. If you
go-
feel better.
Well,
I'll go
I can-
back to the hotel. I ain't got nothing I can do yet.
No,
I can go by myself. It's fine. Leto
Slut is going
will
with
walk out
Farah.
the door. Leto will walk out the door. Have fun.
well, looks like it's you and me. He puts an arm around Ashley.
Looks like it, buddy. Silently vowing revenge.
Feyre just looking at Leto. Just, how long do you think it's going to be before he kills him?
Ashley
And-
has some self-control.
You
so,
like leaving.
3 hours
You hear
then?
Sorry. This reminds me of that one time, me and this old girl with this flame of mine, we got
Immediately
locked inside of a
begins
cage.
projecting white noise.
Jesus Christ.
I don't.
Talent.
I'm so
Talent
fucking stoked for
show.
this.
Okay. Take a quick 5-minute break.
Hell yeah.
Get your talents in order
Yes.
while I figure out a prize.
You're the one that threw this in here.
Oh, yeah. I thought it'd be fun.
I'm prepared.
Yeah? Okay. All right,
It's
so
gonna be. Oh, they're good.
5-minute break. Meet back at
Yeah.
9:25.
Feyre has no talents to do for anything like this.
Could we make it 10 minutes? Because groceries are coming in 5 minutes.
Oh, yeah, sure. 10-minute break.
Grashies.
Feyre is only good at fighting and sailing.
Clint is pretty much only good at fighting, but his fighting is slightly flashy, so I'm just gonna have him like use dummy targets.
Mutt is a survival hound.
So, are you shaped like a dog,
No.
Not currently.
but you walk on all fours?
Correct.
He doesn't have to, though. He can walk on 2 legs.
Correct. Yeah.
Hmm.
Biped possible.
It's low-key a homebrewed shifter.
Okay. That
It is a
I understand
custom
that.
race from what I remember you telling me, Cody. But in
Well,
my head, it's a
custom
homebrewed.
lineage.
Yeah. But in my head, it's a homebrew shifter.
Mhm. Closest option, yes.
But rather than like Livia not fully shifting into any type of animal form, Mutt shifts into a full-on wolf.
but only sometimes. And it's not on full moons either.
Mm-mm.
You abandoned the wild card, Joe.
Yeah, I have come to learn something about some of the characters I play, and I have learned that animal-faced characters are they give me a weird like
I
sense
liked
of
13,
self.
though.
I thought he was fun, but I felt awkward like doing the cat thing, and I was like, it's too late to run that shit back because I can't say I'm actually a tabaxi, do that now, and it's just like but there will
Factory
be a
Binks
time. Say what?
You could have
hit-
factory Binksed it.
He hits puberty. He was actually a baby tabaxi this whole time.
Or just a witch placed a curse upon them and they were turned into a cat and the curse was lifted.
Yeah.
Some other adventuring party killed the witch somewhere.
Yes.
Yeah.
There's a good there's a good time and place for 13. But I am thankful for the patience of everyone for my indecisiveness, but this
This is your one swap, Joe. Your one swap.
yes, cross my heart, hope to die. 2023 is the year of the decisive Joe.
This will last until February.
Oh shit!
Hey, listen. This is decisive Joe talking. And I have crossed my heart twice now.
Okay, now we have
3
to
times,
agree.
technically.
We have to agree on what the punishment is when this fails.
Yeah, I give him not even till the end of the month.
Fuck off.
What,
Fuck
what,
off. This is
what can
decisive Joe.
There's 3 weeks. I mean, that's a long time.
I'm sure Joe is being decisive right now.
what can we make Joe do to motivate him to actually stick to this?
This is decisive Joe. Shut up. I don't have to be motivated to stick to it because I'm already motivated to stick to it. Bless you.
Now I'm
Sure.
motivated.
Thank you. Ow.
I guess that just means I'm gonna have to play a wild card here shortly at some point. So I want to see the wild card in action.
could give you guys just like a standard item, or I could give you guys a homebrew item. I have one homebrew items I have procured.
Just give us like a scarf that is effectively like a cloak of smoldering, so that we can look constantly on fire and cool.
Y'all are gonna get the cloak of billowing if you win.
Yeah,
Oh my god.
Anchored
No.
in sobriety.
best item.
Nah. Hmm.
I keep forgetting that Feyre actually has spells because all the spells are damage. So like they don't exist in my head until I'm like clicking around randomly on the D&D Beyond shift like, oh shit, there's actually things on my spell list. Oh yeah, that's why I don't know them, because I don't use any of them.
I really should sort my homebrew items I found by like rarity. I have not, so I just have them all just in one text chat. I
Our groceries
swear.
just arrived.
Cool. We'll start back when you guys get back.
You've certainly made quite the impression.
I am enjoying
Happy to be here.
I am enjoying this because Ashley was being the little shit to Feyre last time. Now Ashley is reaping the karma from that.
This man's gonna drink vinegar. That's, if he has anything to say about it.
Listen. He's got a his stomach is hard to get through.
I can tell.
I didn't think you were going to have anything that was going to annoy Ashley, but we have discovered it. And it is
He's still being personable. He's still
Oh yeah,
he's still keeping in there.
we know, but we see Feyre and Leto can see the annoyance in the eyes. It's all in the eyes.
It's worth noting that if you tell him to not sing, he'll stop singing. He's not unreasonable. He just thinks that everyone likes him singing. So he'll sing every so often. Particularly if there's music.
Maybe this.
White noise.
Do you guys want a silly item as the prize or something with the mechanical benefit?
We love benefits here.
I would be down for silly. So if Clint wins,
I'm down for either, obviously, but
same.
Because
And here
I
we
might
see
have
the
shit-
difference between the players.
I like both. I like both.
By saying that she does this like once every 1 or 2 months.
We're coming here every 2 months.
Yeah.
You have just introduced an influx of magic items into Waterdeep. That did not
That's why
exist
I'm like-
before.
Nope, they did not. And this could be my little silly ones. You know what? It fits the character. It fits the NPC. She has little silly ones that she gives out as prizes. It's like that's why she's like they're not like good, but I think they're fun.
The easy way
That
also
is
to curb this, if you're worried about it in the future, is it's potion. It's a potion of some sort, so it's a one-use type thing.
Yeah.
Because potions can come in clutch.
That is true.
Why did you get mac and cheese, Iris?
Where did I get what?
Cheetos mac and cheese?
Mom likes them when they were
Oh,
on
so
sale.
she wants them. Okay.
Oh, this would be so funny to give you guys. I gave this to my players, my Sunday players. And I can only imagine you guys are probably going to hate this. I'm giving it to you guys.
We can continue, by the way. I can listen and put away the groceries.
Well, if you're participating, you got to roll shit.
Well, I can roll last. Let
Okay.
go first.
Okay.
Gotta save
Who
the best for last.
Who is going first?
So
It would be Clint,
If
because it's
it's-
only Clinton
yeah.
and Ashley.
Oh, it's
That's
only
what I was
Clinton
gonna
and
ask.
Ashley?
Mhm.
I
Anyone
believe
else
it's just
going?
the two of us.
Just the two
Just
of
the
us.
two of us.
Because Leto fucked
Window.
off, and Feyre's like, I don't have any type of talent, let me fuck off, and then Mutt followed her.
Okay. It could be whatever skill you want to showcase that your character has. Farrah could have fucking showcased dueling someone if she wanted to.
See, again, she considers herself a sailor primarily as her primary
Okay.
skill, and you can't sail inside a brewery, unfortunately.
With enough water, you can.
Not with that attitude.
I don't think we'd continue to be business partners after that. Flooding the brewery just to show off that she knows how to sail a ship.
People
Mhm.
sailing is a thing.
That is true.
So if Clint is going first, he would walk up on stage and then pat his pockets, realize he gave away all his money, and then he'd be like, anyone got a copper piece? Or
toss
silver,
them.
gold? Any one of them. I
will
don't
toss
really
your
care
copper.
which.
I
He will
toss
take the
your-
copper,
Yeah.
then like give you the wink and a nod, and he'll flip it and catch it in the midair, and then hold it between his thumb and forefinger. And he like just holding it out. A copper piece is what, like bigger than a quarter, or
Probably.
yeah. So it's bigger than a quarter by some amount, but he's holding it out, and then he will present to the audience, and he's like, "Feast your eyes on this simple copper," and he holds it close to his eye, and then further, and then closer, and then further, and he just goes, "Quite small. I'd say it's about 2 or 3 thumbnails wide." He holds one thumb up to it, and just goes, "I present to you," and he reaches down to his hip and then pulls out his gun and points the barrel directly at the copper, like touching it. He's like, "My challenge." And he holds the gun out and the copper out so that the copper is like flush against the muzzle of the gun. And I imagine that it is only barely able to fit the muzzle of the gun in front of it.
Mm-hmm.
And he like shows everyone that it is a solid coin, clicks the edge of the gun against it so you hear the clink, and then he'll spin the gun and put it in his pocket, or in the holster, and he is going to take the coin and flick it as high into the air as he can get it, and take a pot shot at it.
Roll to hit.
Let's fucking go.
We look up the AC of a copper piece. Of a
A copper piece that he threw into the air.
copper 5e.
I don't think there's an AC for that.
Yeah,
There
it's
is.
almost. There is? What?
I mean, I googled it. I
What
see
is it?
value
Holy
of
shit.
metals in D&D. Copper, cost per pound, 5 silver, AC. What'd you get?
I didn't roll yet, but I'm going to use some grit. I will use 4 grit points on this shit because I don't want to miss. To roll?
It has the AC of the metal, which I'm allowing this AC because you
Damn
threw
it.
it up in the air. Yikes!
4 grit points spent. That's all of my grit. Let me see.
You want me to tell you the AC so you know if you can beat it?
If I spend, where the fuck is my?
And here we
Yes.
see ADHD in action and completely ignoring what the question
Okay.
is.
Plus,
Hey,
I add-
Joe.
yes,
Do you want me to tell you the AC
sure.
16 from what Google says without me looking into it at all?
If I spend, I have more than enough grit to hit it. If
Okay.
I do all of my grit, that is 3 points per grit spent. I have 4 grit points, so I could add 12 to this roll to get a 24 total. If I pay to get it to get to 24, to get it above that like 20 threshold, can I hit it in the center?
Yes. If you spend all of your grit
Done.
points.
Done. There's not a single grit point remaining.
All right, time to
He,
inject
like-
combat later. I'm just kidding.
Wait, say what?
Nothing.
Okay. So yeah,
I'm just kidding.
he flicks it as high as he can get it in the air, and then
Mhm.
pulls out, like, quick draws the gun and holds it, and there's like a pause for the beat or two of a heart, and then just the crack of and just the puff of smoke from the edge of from the muzzle of the gun and the flash. And can he catch it now is the other question.
Sure.
Hell yeah. I thought you were gonna make me roll for it, and I was like, I'm fucking ready. I
Make a
don't know
dex
what this is gonna be. A dex check?
Yeah.
Fucking go. Roll.
So Gunslinger is one of the classes.
Natural 20!
Holy shit! Yeah, you catch it.
He catches it between his thumb and his forefinger, and then holds it up to the crowd, and then holds it up to his eye where he held it before he shot it,
Mm-hmm.
and then he closes his other eye and he just goes, "Peekaboo, I see you all," and waves. Then flicks it into the crowd.
Claps and cheers from the brewery workers.
You're just bowing, and continues bowing as he walks backward off the stage. Not like backwards falling, backward, like backing up until he is no longer on the stage.
Yeah. The stage, which is just a raised platform,
Yes.
which was used to store giant wine barrels that they have relocated. All right, Piper.
I have just
check.
returned. Yes, I am here.
Okay. You just saw Clint's performance.
Okay. So those are good. That was a good performance. It's time for me to cheat.
I would consider my grit points cheating, but I'm interested to see what you consider cheating because you have magic.
Yeah, no, first of all, gonna give myself an inspiration.
Mm-hmm.
So after the cheering dies down, what?
Nothing.
So after the cheering dies down for Clint, Ashley steps up with his longbow, and he takes like a violin thingy, and he begins to play. At first, it's like a gentle, slow violin tune. It perks up the attention of everybody, you know. Starts to play a soft, lily melody, and then Ashley stops, and he goes, perhaps I should show some more motivation to win this. Yes, and he'll raise his little acting thing to the air, and he's going to cast Unearthly Chorus.
Oh,
Still
What?
making what that does.
Music of the style you choose fills the air around you. If you'll let me, it works off of Titania's harp, so it can play, whatever, basically.
Yeah.
The music spreads around corners and can be heard up from 100 feet away. Until the spell ends, I make charisma performance checks with advantage. And in addition, I can use a bonus action on each of my turns to beguile the creature I choose at the 30 feet that can hear the music. They must make a charisma saving throw. If they fail, they are charmed.
Who are you charming?
In order, I will go with Eileen and then everybody else, basically. So I like to imagine, like, as he like lifts up his instrument, music, like small little instruments begin to appear around him, and he begins to play like a full orchestral piece that goes from like quiet to soft and melodic, then picks up, lowers down as Ashley is walking up and down the stage. Like, he goes over to Eileen, and while he's playing, he gives like a deep bow to her while still playing, and then continues to do that to like the other people clearly paying attention.
Oh, they all have to make with the charisma saves?
Yes.
Oh boy.
Or they are friendly to me as if they can hear the music. So they're not charmed, but they are very friendly to me.
Okay.
So now I'm going to roll performance at advantage
Mm-hmm.
with my inspiration die, which I believe is just a d6 right now.
Mm-hmm.
Roll with advantage. This thing is really helpful. Iris, by the way. So, and
With an
then
inspiration die.
28.
I was like, if you roll a 2, I swear to God, if you tie. If you lose somehow by rolling a 1. Okay. Yeah. Cheers from the crowd. Approximately 3/4 of the crowd. Wait, what's the DC?
I have no idea what the DC is actually. Let me look at the spell again.
DC.
Okay, I guess it is against my spell save. My spell save is
8
15.
plus proficiency.
15.
Okay. 3/4 of the crowd fails this. And you just see like everyone was enjoying it, but then you just see like 3/4 of the crowd, 75% of people just go like, "Oh my God, this is amazing!" As Ashley's musical magic just ripples through.
So yeah,
Ooh.
I'll end with just like a orchestral end, and then I'll give a low bow, wink to the crowd, and then walk off the stage.
Okay. Eileen just like, it's like clap, clap, clap. All right, give it up to our guests. Clap, 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 clap. And now it's time for the brewers to take their turn. You see one guy does juggling. Starts juggling balls, and then you see he has like a little partner who like tosses him wine bottles. That looks like they picked him up off the shelf to start juggling. Ends up juggling like 3 tennis balls, 2 wine bottles, and a cantaloupe. You don't know where he got that from. Someone else brings out like a bunch of like water glasses on like a rolly table and like performs like a little somber little song. Someone else brings out a tambourine and does their best. It's not very good, but they do their best. Another person comes out, brings out like a piece of artwork that they made, showing it off, talking about the piece and what they did. Someone else has a slam poetry session that is actually very good. It's very moving. It's about their life and how they got to this point. It pulls a couple of tears from the crowd. And just various little talents that the brewer workers show off. And then the voting starts. And Eileen just like pulls out like a box and a piece of paper on desks and gives everyone a piece of paper to write down their votes. Who do you guys vote for?
For me.
I will. You know what? Let's see. Clint will vote for Ashley.
Aw.
Aww.
He wrote his name down on the ballot and then was about to hand it in. He just goes, "No, I got to make a good impression." And he scribbles out his name and then writes Ashley.
All right. Eileen will collect the votes and she comes back out after counting. And let me roll. It's like she comes back out. She's like, okay, I have the winner, and well, we have a very close first and second place, actually. First place is Ashley, and second place is actually Clint.
Clint throws his hands up, just goes, "Let's hear it for Ashley!" He starts clapping. He goes, and then side, in the middle of his applause, just covers his mouth a little bit. And it's like, and also a little bit for me.
Ashley will sigh and will grab his hand and come up onto the stage with him. Like, all right, you get some of this too.
Eileen will bring out two little boxes. It's like, well, usually there's only one prize for first place. However, this particular thing that I made, there's actually two of them. And they kind of work together. So since you're first and second place, you can both have one of them.
Oh. How generous of
Wow.
you, miss.
That's a bit of serendipity.
All right. She hands you each a little black box.
And what is inside?
Inside of the box, each of you finds a necklace with what looks like a red stone in the shape of kind of like a flower petal, sort of, where it's curved at the top and then the two sides come into a point. And you both take it out and you hold it up and you realize, wait a second, how it's angled, seeing the two of them next to each other. It kind of looks like a matching heart necklace. You guys have BFF necklaces.
Hey! Clint turns it over and then looks at it and then turns it over again and looks at it and then looks over to Ashley's, then holds his half out.
I will give you 10 gold for that necklace.
Dale. Tosses you the necklace.
It says best friends forever, BFFs on it. So if two separate creatures each have one pair of necklace, they gain a +1 to attack rolls while within 10 feet of one another. However, this only works if they are friends.
Oh shit. That's a real ass necklace, huh?
Do you want to take back your 10 gold?
Yes, please.
Okay, you can have it.
Wait,
Hell yeah.
so does Ashley have both necklaces now, or is it still Clint and
I-
Ashley?
It's still Clint and Ashley. I'm not
Okay.
going to do that to him.
Yeah, I found that's why I started laughing right when Piper started narrating with Ashley. I was like, oh my god, this would be perfect.
Now he just has to stay within 10 feet of Ashley at all times.
That's not going to happen, by the way.
He'll stay at the maximum range. He'll stay exactly at the 10-foot mark.
I'm ranged. Well, I guess you're ranged too.
I'm ranged.
Yeah, and mechanically it works out. You're both ranged.
BFFs.
Ashley's like, damn, I was gonna give it to her. Fuck.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
You're gonna give it to
Okay.
who?
I was gonna give it to her.
Oh, to Eileen? Damn. Oh, that's smooth.
That would have been smooth, but it's okay.
It would have, but it would also friend zone her.
Oh no. No. Well, I mean, I'm not into her yet, but
Okay. Applause and cheers. And from the brewery squad, who all voted for the two of you. And claps from Eileen, just like, right, thank you guys for joining. Probably gonna have another one in a month or so if you guys want to come back, or if any of you guys want to come back to check on the delivery shipment. But regardless if you guys do or not, I will be there with the delivery right before opening.
I will be delighted.
Clint
Great.
bows and nods. Goes, absolutely.
Great. So we actually have to get back to work.
Get
It
out.
was great meeting all of you.
It was a pleasure to meet you too. And he'll
It was
reach
a
out for her
pleasure.
hand again. And I imagine they're this awkward distance away. Because she's trying to get back to work.
Yeah. She's just like, you just got her just on like the very edge of handshake range. You're just like, right, great meeting you. Shakes hands with Ashley, shakes hands with whoever is near them. Feyre, with Mutt, with Leto.
No, they're already gone. Those three have already
they're
headed back to the
okay.
manor.
Oh god, it's just the two.
Didn't get to see the talent show.
Didn't get to see the challenge show. Yeah, shakes hands with the two of them. It's like, well, if you need me, you know where to find me.
Until then.
Wink and a finger gun.
Wave goodbye. You guys are seen out of the brewery with a new partner in business and potential
Hell
friend.
yeah.
Getting
And
shit done.
you best believe that Clint is going to retell that story at some point to some group of unsuspecting people.
So it's +1 to hit and to damage?
Where is it? +1 to attack rolls.
Plus it just
Gotcha.
Okay.
But we have to be within 10 feet of one another. Cool.
And you guys have to be friends.
That's the other key thing.
So what
Totally
happens?
forgot
What
about.
happens if Clint thinks he is friends with Ashley, but Ashley does not think he's friends with Clint? Does only Clint benefit?
No, we either both agree. Or nothing.
I would say it has to be mutual.
Clint would think he's getting a benefit.
It fills you. What's the Undertale thing?
With determination.
Determination.
Okay. So you guys can all head back home. Unless there was somewhere else you guys wanted to go.
No, I think that's it. I think we're done with licensing for today.
We don't have any more money left, really, for that.
Yep.
Earned money in the first, 10 minutes of the game, and then immediately spent all of it.
Yep. All right. So you guys all head home, and probably Clint. You all head back, and Clint probably finally sees Liv, who is just getting everything, getting dinner ready as much as he can as a ghost.
Oh. So, is he partially translucent?
Yeah. I mean, look at the.
Oh yeah, he has an actual picture.
Yeah, he has a picture.
But can I see slight wood
so you can see
gravings and things? Okay.
Yeah, you can see through him.
So Clint would look and then think like, oh, blue aquatic kinda elf-looking dude, and then like realize that he's not aquatic, but like vaguely blue-gray because it's the spirit, and he just goes, "Well, I'll be damned. You're dead."
Turns like a cat caught in headlights. Surprise.
Oh, relax. I'm not like a, one of those exorcisist types. It's just a fancy thing. Never really met a ghost who hasn't tried to possess me or strangle me or something.
Yeah, we did
But you
forget to
seem pretty
mention that
alright.
to your left, but he's gonna be staying around a little bit, so he's gonna be around anyway to see you. So just get used to it.
Hi there. My name's Clint. Pleasure to meet you.
Name's Liv. Pleasure to meet you too. Is he staying?
He says he's gonna be trying to help out with the hotel a little bit, but we'll see.
Clint's head is just like turning to whoever is talking about him. So he's just like kind of happily hanging out, smiling, and like looking at the conversation bounce around as people talk about him.
Okay, well, we need all the help we can get. How did meeting with everyone? All the licenses, renovators, brewery supplies.
I mean, the renovators are supposed to be here, but okay.
Oh yeah, you meet. There's a knock at the door.
And the knock at the door, Feyre just nods, stands up, looks at Liv, and now you need to go away.
2 fingers salute. He's gone.
Looks around for a second, grabs Leto, and shoves him in front of the door to open the door. So like, he's the first one to meet the halfling.
I can't hear you if you're talking, Iris.
You is muted.
I will be the one because she's on the phone. I will go get the halfling.
Clint will go behind the bar and start wiping it down like he is a bartender.
All right, you open up the door. It's first thing you see, halfling, and then you see more halflings. Freddie Doyle is here with his team, and they are all halflings. There is not all. There are 2 goblins. They're all small though.
Hell yeah.
And he's got all of them have hard hats. All of them have like various construction tools and mapping equipment and blueprints and laser measuring things and essentially everything that's in my dad's work truck.
You must be the renovators. My name is Ashley. Come in. Do your work.
Holds out his hand to shake your hand.
Yeah, shakes it happily. Is any
Grips
of them
your
getting
hand,
your
shakes
way?
it furiously.
Oh yeah, he matches. He understands business, man.
Yeah, shakes furiously. Is like, oh, I'm so happy to help. I have my whole team here do a survey of the area. We can get this started probably tomorrow once we can get a good look at the place. Oh, my name is Freddie Doyle, by the way.
Ashley, Selma, please feel free to look around. If any of them get in your way, you are free to kick him in the shins.
Forgets to introduce
not gonna
himself,
do that.
grabs hand again, Jake again has introduced himself.
Yeah.
It is a pleasure to work with somebody so enthusiastic. Please, by all means, have part of the place.
Right, of course. All right, everyone introduce yourselves. And one by one, they all introduce themselves in not as vigorous a manner, but a similar manner to Freddie. They're not all of them are as passionate as he is.
Ashley goes one by one down the line, shaking all of their hands. Pleasure working with you. Yes, hello. I'm Ashley. Pleased to work with you. Yes, hello.
Good game. Good game. Good game.
Good game.
Yeah, essentially. He's like, all right, everyone, form up. Formation A and then plan C. And then they all meet together, they huddle. You hear whispers, and then they just break and disperse. All throughout, like, the tavern. All going up in... Some of them are on wall duty, checking the walls, checking the supports, some checking the floorboards, some of them checking, like, the furniture, the fireplace. Someone is outside. You don't know how, but they are hanging from the top of the chimney and looking on the outside structures somehow. But over the course of like 3 hours, the small squad uh, takes a thorough look up and down the place. No panel is left unopened. No floorboard is left unhammered. They get a survey of the place. They bring you blueprints of all of the shit wrong with it.
Let's be sure to stay out of the
Alright.
way, everybody.
Well, Feyre just looks over the blueprints for a second and kind of does the mental math of like making sure it's lining up with what Liv told her, which I'm assuming it all is.
Yes, it is.
And she just nods and looks towards Freddy. Well, looks like it's all in order, so you got the contracts with you?
Yes, we do. Yes, you do. Benji, you have the contract, right? Yes, you do. Yes, you do. Yes, he does. Yes, he does. It's right here. We can do right now, deposit of half the amount here, and then the rest upon completion, which is 12 days from now. And we can start early tomorrow morning and have this done as soon as possible. We will not work. We will not stop working. We will not quit. We will do everything that we can to get this done as quickly as possible.
Well, just so you know, we do sleep here, so you guys are not gonna be working during the night, okay? Daytime only.
Okay, well, I was hoping that maybe I could get this done in 8 days, but we can do this in 12.
That'll
Dang,
work.
this dude had nothing better. He's like, no, I will not sleep. I am gonna fucking build this. I admire the work ethic.
Yeah, Feyre just kind of blinks for a second, but then just nods. All right, and she'll fish out the 250 from the bag and slide it across, and then sign and pass the contract around for all the people that are owners.
It gets past Clint.
If he had a writing utensil, he would add his name to the margin.
Oh no, we
But-
make sure.
Yeah. You slide it to Clint and then like don't hand him the writing utensil or like what, like watch him just like no. It's like fair enough. Figured it might be worth mentioning that like I'm not an owner, but I am an employee.
Employees don't have to sign on the important stuff.
Fair enough. That's less paperwork I have to worry about. Are there
All right,
mugs?
I lost
that
connection as soon as you started talking.
Oh, they're just not letting him sign it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Huh?
Are there mugs that are like behind the bar, or cups or glasses or anything?
Yeah. Everyone is living here. I think Ashley went to get like livable supplies.
Yes.
Great.
Yeah.
Then Clint is going to take out a handful of cups, enough for everybody who is relatively nearby. Certainly one for every one of the workers, and he will pour some of whatever nearby drink is available to make a celebratory toast.
Is it the vinegar?
It'd probably be the coffee that Liv seems to
Yeah.
always give us.
It's a cold brew, actually, this time. There is like a chiller that you guys have.
Ooh.
He makes cold brew at night.
Yeah. He was hoping for some form of alcohol, but I assume that there's not any reasonable way to get the vinegar alcohol. So
We
he's
have
just like,
a couple of good aged wines, but we're leaving those untouched for now.
We set up like
Fair
a
enough.
raffle or something.
fair enough. Then he will take whatever nearby like coffee that has been chilled and pour just a touch in, like basically a shot's worth. And and then pass it out to everyone and be like, cheers. I don't know what this is, but it smells great. To a new working relationship.
Workers all cheers.
We're gonna have to figure out how to get get it so that Lift can actually like work and not have to disappear. Once this place is up and
If you
running.
guys want, you guys can try to figure something out, and I'll work with you on that.
Have him be invisible and like clean up after the halflings. So they tear down a wall to rebuild it and like reinforce it, and then as they leave to go get the next new like piece of lumber, Lift just slides in and is just like sweeping really, really quickly. They come back in and it's like, oh, that's pretty clean. Weird. I thought this was like fucking totaled, like crumbs and dust and wall debris everywhere.
Good job, us.
Benji, you're getting a raise.
No, I was more thinking of like so that Lift can like be the barkeep once everything is up and running.
Yeah,
Oh, that's a gimmick.
Make something.
That's a tavern gimmick right there.
Yeah, I didn't know if there was some like weird water deep rule that if we like got caught with a ghost, they were gonna accuse us of necromancy and we were gonna get like jailed or some shit.
I will get you some odd customers at first. However, people that could be a gimmick to get some customers. It could be a tourist trap. It could, if you want, we can try to homebrew and make something. If you guys would like to make him not seem like Ghost.
No. Here's what we do. We just let him do what he does best. We don't tell anybody. That way, rumors will get started, and people will want to come to see it.
Oh, like have an actual normal bartender and then have him kind of linger in the background and just carefully like fade in and out of people's view. So they're like, is that a ghost? And it's like, oh yeah, legend has it.
Yeah.
We want to start ghost stories about the tavern.
The Haunted Dog Cafe is what we're about to be running.
Hey, listen.
No, the
Oh my
Haunted
God.
Dog, new name. Let's go.
Oh.
Wait, there's got to be a dog ghost combo pun in there somewhere, right?
The black
Like-
dog. I don't know. That's like an
like-
omen.
Booze and bones.
Yeah, that's amazing. I love it.
I honestly like the Haunted Dog more, personally.
There's
Fan of Booze and
other
Bones.
ones.
Yeah,
But they
there
what?
are.
It's workshopping. Workshopping to be
it's
done.
work
You
in
guys are all
progress.
workshop.
Whip.
Mhm. Okay. You guys can end the night. You guys can have some roleplay time as you guys have a new friend and celebratory. You guys are on the road to up and running in a month.
On the road again.
I opened the floor to RP times.
Well, if there's no other alcohol available, Clint is busting out the vinegar.
Oh my god.
You can have as much of that as you want, Clint.
Well, I figured we could play like a drinking game. Like, what is it? Would you rather or something like I've never or I can't remember any of the good ones.
Rollies?
Working his way around to rollies with vinegar shots.
Rollies, hell yeah.
Feyre just like looks at like the fucking cask of vinegar and slowly shakes her head. You ain't getting that nowhere near me. I have a strong stomach. I've drunk a lot of bullshit in my time, but just no.
Well, it's not so bad if you put a bunch of honey in it. Even though when the honey sinks to the bottom, it just kind of gets all kind of mushy and runny.
No.
I'd rather not have my taste buds ruined by drinking a whole bunch of vinegar.
He shrugs. He's like, fair enough. No skin off my bones. And then we'll pour 2 glasses, one for him and one for Ashley. And then he will pantomime pouring a glass for Liv.
Liv has ghost mug. Because why not?
Perfect. Hell yeah.
Cheers. He has ghost mug. There's nothing in it because it's ghost mug, but he has a mug. He died with the mug in his hand. That's why he has it.
There's the like clink the glass, take a sip, kind of grimace at it, and be like, "This doesn't take much. This doesn't taste much like the honey it used to taste like. Maybe I need more honey."
I will press the digitation for honey.
Oh my god.
Looks just immediately just like, "You are a chimp."
Let me look at this.
Me googling how much vinegar can you drink before you vomit.
Not a lot. I think he's already
Liv has-
past the point.
Yeah, Liv has
He-
coffee.
This is true. He could drink coffee and not not vinegar.
That's what Leto's drinking. The nice
Mhm.
iced coffee that Liv has made.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you guys see after Clint pantomimes pouring vinegar into the cup, that Liv pantomimes dumping out his mug and then pantomimes pouring coffee into it in the background, right out of Clint's view.
Farah just does that pointer finger and thumb good, okay, perfect gesture. Farah appreciates love.
What do you know? They started off with a rocky start.
To be fair, that was Piper.
Mostly Ashley. That was mostly Ashley.
They'll never know the truth.
So, rollies with everyone except Clint drinking coffee.
Clint, if everyone changes drinks, he would absolutely join the party. He's like, "Oh, okay, gotta play by the rules. Everyone's, not
No, feel
one
free.
to-
Drink your vinegar. Fun. Don't feel like you have to miss out just for us.
just I know the rules. It's not good luck. It's incredibly bad luck, actually, if you don't drink what the party's drinking.
Damn.
I'm not about those bad omens."
Damn. And here I thought we'd get rid of our vinegar easily.
Well, who's rolling first? If rollies be done.
You all roll, if I remember correctly.
Yes, we all roll.
Oh shit, you're right. What the fuck am I talking about?
Oh boy.
Ha! Nat 1? Nat 1? Anyone? Nat 1!
no,
It was a
She rolled
10.
it twice.
It was a 10.
Damn it! I thought you were rolling for someone, and I was like, "Who
No.
is it? Is it the dog?"
Cody, Iris, are you guys rolling?
Nat
8.
1?
Cody, do we live? There's the Cody.
Everyone's rolls were fucking garbage.
Holy shit.
That is 6 d20s, only one of which is 10.
God damn. Okay. Farah
If you look-
asks Clint. With piss poor rolls.
He rolls the dice and then just looks at it and just goes, "All right, who wins?" I've never played this game before.
Farah just kind of leans back on her stool a little bit and tilts her head. So, I was not prepared for rollies. I don't have any questions for anybody.
We don't have to roll it. We can just adjourn here
It is
and
just-
play other games.
This is true. This
Yeah,
is also true.
End of year.
But I have come prepared
Like-
to ad-lib as much bullshit for Clint as possible.
I want to play rollies, but I don't know that I have the brain power for rollies tonight because
Fair.
I was not prepared for rollies
If you want,
tonight.
we could end it here and you guys can start off with rollies.
That'll
Next
work.
session.
Or we can just start off with whatever it is we're doing next. We don't have to roll these.
Yeah, you guys don't have to. I just thought, hey, if there's a RP moment you guys want to have before we end session, here is a good spot. You're all at home, celebratory coffee, and maybe vinegar for some.
Give
You
us
guys
time
put the
to
ball
mesh,
rolling.
because we now have new person, so we're gonna need some time to mesh before that.
Yeah, that's. I
Fair.
didn't expect rollies. I expected like, hey, a couple minutes of talking to get to know.
Fair enough. I'm also Clint is also down for that. Drinking whatever drink is in his hand.
Yeah, so if you guys want to have a talk to try to mesh, here is your moment. Or we can just call it here.
You know what we need is a little bit of tavern music.
I
Let's see.
brain is blank tonight. Brain is smooth.
No,
No
no,
thoughts.
same. Same.
Aw, the head has become incredibly emptied.
Yes.
We can end it here.
Word. If you end up thinking of any questions, or if anyone has any questions for Clint,
Like, I
mean,
know
as
a
is.
question that I have, but I don't think Pharaoh would ask it right now anyway, so.
I have a question, if
Shoot.
that's okay.
Pun intended.
Go ahead. This is your moment to RP.
What's your subclass?
Exactly. So what kind of
Like-
magic do you specialize in?
He will
You said it was
reach
a
into his,
special type.
yes, he will reach into his pocket and pull out a fistful of bullets and set a couple down. It's a very niche type of magic. And he'll hold up. There are a couple of them that are like kind of different, not different sizes, but like different shades. They have like little etchings on them. And he holds one up and between like in his thumb and forefinger and is like, I craft them all myself. It takes me a long time, so I like to make them in bulk. And there's a couple of them that I like to experiment with, like this one. And he holds it up, and there's etchings on it, on the casing. See?
I know
Magic.
we'll inspect these little runes and etchings.
Mutt whispers to Feyre, did he say he crapped them?
Snort and shaking head. Crafted, my crafted.
Oh.
Care to demonstrate?
He will look around and just say, sure, pick. Hold on, let me see. Let me pick something really quick.
By the way, send me your sheet.
Yes, I will.
Thank you.
And okay, so he pulls out 4 different bullets and sets them all in like a nice little line and will gesture to them and say, thank you, pick.
Pick the third.
Pick the which one?
The third one.
The third one. Perfect. And then he will take that one, slide the chamber open, slot it in one of the cylinders, slide the cylinder out, slip it into one of the holes, slip it back in, and then pull back the hammer, which I actually think. Let me see. Never mind. Yeah, he'll pull back the hammer and then point at just at some random thing in the room, like a stool that is on the other side of the room, and not aim it at any person. But he will fire it at the stool. And this bullet has a little bit of a I don't know if anyone, just for the sake of imagining it, and not for the character's understanding of it, there's a slight arcane trail for this bullet, and it hits the stool. And Amy, this one is transmutation.
I was figured once you like picked the stool, I was like, oh, okay.
So whatever happens to the stool, I guess. I was thinking something like drastic, like ectoplasm.
Oh. Roll me a d20.
Oh, hell yeah. 6.
You see Clint's bullet hits the stool, and at first nothing happens, and you see the stool just slowly shrink and shrink into the shape of glass? No, into the shape of a bottle sitting there across the room from you. And you look and you peer, it's a bottle of vinegar. Of regular vinegar.
Yeah, just like spins the gun, sticks it right back into his holster.
Now, can you turn that back?
Magic. Like what?
Can you turn that back?
Looks back at the little bottle.
No, the answer is no.
She just kind of stares at it for a second. I've never changed anything back before. I could shoot it again.
You really like vinegar, don't you?
He shrugs. It's just like, well, I don't really taste it much. But I guess vinegar was on your mind. So that would explain why. He gestures to the little bottle of vinegar on the ground. But if you like, I'll shoot it again. Tomorrow.
Somehow I don't think that's going to do anything for it and not going to make it any better.
It probably won't. I've never seen one thing turn back into itself after I've shot it again. But then again, I've also never really tried to shoot something more than twice. Unless it was a person.
Well, let's lay down a ground rule here then. Don't go shooting anything that belongs to the tavern.
Fair enough.
Just a single nod. There's been an agreement reached.
He's just no problem, no qualms with that. And he looks at the other 3 bullets and picks them back up and goes, "Satisfied?"
Can I see that gun of yours?
He looks at it and then looks at you. He looks at the gun and then kind of grimaces at it and just goes, sure. Just don't, pointing to his head.
And she just rolls her eyes and, like, unhooks the blunderbuss from her back and sets it out on the table. I know how to handle a gun.
She immediately is like, whoa. It is a, like, really plain and simple cowboy as fuck single action revolver.
Okay. And clearly not any type of runes or anything written on it.
Not
Right?
the gun.
Okay.
Nope. Yeah, the gun is like, just looking at it, I imagine it would be something that Pharaoh would have probably seen at some point before, if not something similar enough to it that it's like pretty close to indistinguishable.
And she just nods after a moment and hands it back to him.
He takes it and then will spin it and stick it right back in the holster. The other bullets do other things, but like it kind of depends on what it is and what the little inscription I put on it does. But yeah, very specific type of magic.
Not too bad. Now, that's going to be really loud, so can you move around pretty quiet like?
He like raises an eyebrow. Are you like, the gun is loud and you're asking him if he's sneaky?
Yes.
Okay. That's what I wanted. That's what I thought. And like raises an eyebrow and just goes, "Oh yeah. I usually steal from people just when I'm hungry. Sometimes need a bite to eat. Just pocket maybe like a silver or a gold from someone who's got enough of it to spare. Get yourself a little nice meal. But now that I'm making an honest living, he gestures around to the room. This is the way to do it.
Looking around to judge the reactions from the rest of the room. Okay, we've hit the silent point of the night. Good to know.
He is very mechanically he is very roguey. He has stealth and sleight of hand as his expertise choices. And he's not particularly good with thieves' tools. But he's not bad. He's just like standard with them. He's also he's like deceptively intelligent. Like he doesn't look it, but he is very book smart.
For the way you're talking, you sound like you come from other places. Where you been from? Like, you ain't been in the city very long, have you?
How long would it have been, Amy?
In the city, it could be anywhere from a week to 2 months. Your choice.
Okay. He tips his head back and forth and just goes, "It's been like maybe like 3 weeks. Haven't been here long. I've been all over different places though, but I haven't been here." And he points down to the ground like in Waterdeep for very long.
And how'd you come by coming here?
I only heard by coming here.
How'd you come by coming here?
Holds up a finger, just goes, "I don't remember."
Don't remember.
Say correct. Woke up, had a pretty nasty conk on my head. Don't remember how I got here, but I definitely remember I've been here at some point well in the past.
Mm. Did you just like wake up in a ditch somewhere with a conch on your head, or like in a bed, or?
He shrugs and just goes, "It was kind of a ditch."
All right then.
Basically like a shallow pile outside town. Not very far.
So either you got attacked or you got in a fight with somebody.
Probably likely. I have probably pissed a lot of people off in my time. In fact, I'm quite sure of that. Not a lot of people can take a joke. But wouldn't surprise me if I stirred the wrong people the wrong way and ended up getting one of them to track me down and conk me over the head.
Hand over face. Mildly stressed gesture.
He just shrugs. It's just like, hey, if they were really trying to get me, they are the ones who are sorely mistaken because I am fine. And like points directly to his face, which he does look beat up, but that's just kind of his vibe. He just has the vague like energy of having just gotten out of a scuffle in a bar room brawl.
Yeah, waking up in a ditch or gutter or whatever the hell without any memory is not what I would call fine, but okay.
Well, I still have my memory, just not like, a little bit of the recent stuff. For example, I remember my name. He points to his chest, like with his thumb, very proud.
How recent we talking about? Like what's the first thing you can remember before you waking up in the ditch?
Oh, first thing I can remember, and he puts a hand to his chin. I remember when I think I was 3.5, maybe 3 3/4.
No. Not first thing
What
you
do you
remember
mean?
in general. First thing you remember from before you got knocked out. Last thing you remember, whatever.
Oh. I remember that I was coming to Waterdeep.
Oh boy.
So, I guess I got here. So everything turned out pretty good for me.
Do you
Somebody
have
clearly tried to have it out for me, and they clearly screwed it up.
Do you have any goals here in Waterdeep? Any
Shrugs and just goes,
objectives?
I don't remember, but I mean, if I'm going by my typical experience, odd jobs and just kind of have a good time. Work, eat, sleep, party, drink,
So you're
rack
more of
up
a
more of those
drifter.
weird stories. Say what?
So you're more of a drifter then.
He shrugs and is like, yeah, pretty much.
Oh.
He just like, kind of rubs the back of his head and just goes, yeah, I find that a lot of people are kind of put off by how easygoing I am sometimes. But that's always how I've been. Me and my brother, at least. It's just easy to be easygoing, you know? Just kind of do what you want, wake up.
But pause. You keep talking about your
What?
brother. Who's your brother?
Last I checked, he was up in Neverwinter.
Mm-hmm. Doing what?
Haven't gotten a letter from him in a while. So, he shrugs.
What was he doing up in Neverwinter?
Probably similar stuff to me. Causing trouble, doing jobs, having a good time. We used to do that together, and then we had a bit of a scuff. And we thought it would be best to take a little bit of a break, go our separate ways, cool our heads. Well, we're still right. And he, like, pats part of his pack.
Resist urge to look at the other brothers in the room.
Do you know him? Name's Waylon. Big guy, kind of like me. But, well, considerably less pretty.
Can't say that I do.
Not that I'm aware, no.
He shrugs. He's
said.
like, well, worth a shot. But yeah, my bro's probably up there having just as fun and weird a rockin' time as I'm having down here. You know, I wonder if he end up ever having run into something kind of like this, like a failed assassination attempt and waking up all shook up. That would be a good story to split.
So you're on the run then?
She shakes his head. Nope. I've got some people who would probably want to have a bit of a talk, but don't know if they're actively looking for me. Doubt they would. Like I said, just kind of a vagabond, wanderer, you know? Go wherever the wind takes me.
Fair enough. Can't blame her. Can't say I disagree with that mindset. I do that myself a little bit, so fair enough. Just so long as you don't bring none of that trouble in here, at least not without forewarning, then we're good.
Well, don't worry. I can't warn you.
Isn't that more reason to worry?
He winks, like, I doubt it. Again, I don't think anyone will be looking for me. Are people looking for you? He points to Leto.
No.
No, or not that you know of.
I have no reason for people to look for me. Besides offer me a job.
Fair enough. That's generally why people come looking for me. Once I kind of establish myself in a town, I'm kind of known as The do anything guy.
So that's how you got connected with Davo.
Yes, sir. Devil's a pretty stand-up guy. Gotta keep word. A little bit of a weird gig going. Bunch of weird jobs. Some of them make sense. Seem kind of like what I would expect. And then some of them are just
Mhm.
kind of nonchalant. Like a couple of them are just deliveries. He shrugs. But hey, easy money for me.
I'm sorry, Joe. You brought in a new character, and my brain is so dead today.
That is okay. There's more mystery to be had later, which is fine with me.
We can play games.
I have elevator music and nothing else playing in my brain.
Dun, 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 dun,
That's a
dun.
mood.
I am tapped on the RP.
I think that's the end.
Okay, you guys stop as soon as I walk away. All right, so we're gonna call it here. For actually, you know what? Give me a second.
Don't make me think, Amy.
No, don't worry. This is gonna be like, this. We're ending the session on you guys receiving something.
Ooh. I love getting things.
All right, out from one of the holes, little crack of the wall, you see a little piece of paper fly its way in.
You doing that
A
live?
paper bird.
A paper bird?
Yes.
Oh, would you
It's
look
this
at that?
shape. An origami bird flies in and deposits itself on the table in front of you all and just kind of sits, squats, goes back into paper mode.
Oh,
Isn't that
so I've never
Davo's
seen something.
signature?
It is not Davil. Davil sends flying snakes.
Mm-hmm. We
Ah,
have gotten
snakes,
one of these
okay.
before, but not from him.
You guys have found an unused paper bird
That's
that
it.
one of you has.
From the
was
assassin
actually-
guild, right?
I believe it was actually in this house, wasn't it?
Maybe, I don't know. I forgot. You guys,
That's
it's
right.
a pretty. It's not like it's a specialty item that only certain people can have. You can just buy this.
I remember we saw them in the warehouse with
Yes.
the people.
You found an unused, a pack one from the warehouse. Yes, but I will just so you know, in this, it's not rare. You can just buy this.
Pharaoh will pick up the paper and read it.
Okay, I shall screenshot.
Dun, 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 dun.
Into handouts it goes. It is a note that reads, Rainier tells us you are a good bet. He bought you tickets to the opera tonight at the Lightsinger Theater in the Sea Ward. If you are interested, meet Mert at intermission. Private Box C, formal attire is required for admittance.
Did you just tell us to meet Mert?
Yes.
Crossovers!
We're going to Spelljammer.
Wait. Wait, what?
Mert!
I didn't even think of that, actually.
Yeah, Mert is the guy that started the Spelljammer Academy.
I didn't even realize this because I read this before we started Spelljammer. I did not connect the two. Holy shit.
This would just be, I think, in the timeline wise, like, for wizards, like, lore, this would be, like, I don't know, 20-ish years beforehand. 20, 30 years.
Probably. Yeah.
That's
Cool.
weird. Huh.
I did not realize. Holy shit. I was like, why does that sound familiar now? When I first read the module and I read that, I was like, huh, cool name. I did not put two to two together when he showed up in Spelljammer until you guys pointed it out now. Okay. So you guys get this note, and that's where we end session.
making
Good
last notes here.